Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back. Surprise, surprise, once again for some League of Lads. It's the League of Lads Weekend Cup Finals. Best of 5 series between the ladies, captained by Buffles, and I Miss Her, captained by the brain trust of Keita and KU and so on. I am joined this afternoon by a very special guest. It is the organizer of the weekend tournaments, a man who has casted many a Lads game and played in many a Lads game. It is Simon. How are you in this fine afternoon?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks to everybody who signed up for the weekend tournament. Hopefully it was fun. Uh, Congrats to these two teams for making it to the grand finals. They won two best of three series yesterday in order to make it here. So yeah, let's get it going. And they've decided on a best of five, so it should be really interesting to see how it goes.
They gotta go and push it to the limit. There are some people in the league that really don't like BO5s. Not gonna name any names here, but these players, not among them. They want to go the distance. They want to play the full endurance match, and things can get a little bit raucous towards the end of those BO5s. I've been there real recently. They can get a little bit off the hinges at by game 5 if it goes to game 5. But of course, there's always game 1 on our hands. It's gonna be a fun preview though of the upcoming Lads season. These are teams that are going to be in the next season of Lads. Should be really exciting to see them both in action over the next coming months.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think so. The intention of running the weekend tournament was just to basically to have everyone get some scrims in with their lad stacks, or just play with people, have some fun. So I like that we have two like stacks that are playing next season, and obviously this is just like good practice for them, you know. So get an official best of five in, you know, test some drafts out. Should be yeah, it should be exciting. I'm curious already for the bands. So we against KU's team, are they the Rizzlers? Are they going to be the Shopify Rizzlers next season? Do you know? Are they I Miss Her? Should I call them I Miss Her?
Let me actually go check what they signed up as. They always have a new name every season, and it's usually really stupid. So let's see.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see
Well,
what they've got next season for their name. I see Lading Disability on the sign up sheet, but we'll call
but
them
who
whatever we want
knows?
to call them today.
Okay. Well, KU's stack, I'm curious about the bands. So Undying and Timbersaw are definitely like S tier picks, so there's no surprise there. And then Bloodseeker and Batrider band, those are probably A tier heroes as well. So stuff that is left in the pool, like let's see, Morphling, Techies, Spirit Breaker, Windranger, maybe. I don't know if any of these teams will brood, but brood as well. So they ban BS and take the Spirit Breaker. And I was gonna say, I wish I said it earlier. I could have looked smart, but yeah, we banned Morphling first phase against KU's team when we played them yesterday, both games, because I had a feeling that they would pick it if it was available. I know that KU likes the hero a lot. He plays it really well, so
I mean,
we'll
this
see if they've
stack
got
in
the
general
answers.
just loves their Morphlings. Obviously, Pattern, big Morphling player. Back when they had Foreplay, he's a Morphling player. KU's played some Morphling. They're just big Morphling enthusiasts, and this hero being in the meta certainly helps this team. Into the Shadow Demon, surprise, surprise. Classical combination. People have finally figured out what Disseminate does. They're ready to play a Shadow Demon.
Yeah, Demonic Purge is a pretty good counter to Spirit Breaker because it slows him while he's charging, so it doesn't stop him, but you still get slowed, so you don't move that fast. And the big one is it constantly dispels the bulldoze, so you're able to kind of he can't shrug off the stuns. And then also Morphling into Spirit Breaker is definitely really good because you can morph into the Spirit Breaker and then charge through and like be a menace in the fight, charge through with Morphling. So and then AM is the counter.
There have only been 2 picks, but it's already the greatest Shadow Demon game of all time.
It looks good.
Like, you've one ability to hard counter one hero, and one ability to hard counter another hero. You're good to go. I mean, SDAM is like a classical, you want to grab SD. Traditionally, it was a very SD sided matchup where you just take the AM and get his illusions. Nowadays, with Counterspell, it's not as one sided. You have counterplay on
Yeah,
AM, but it's still a lot easier to play the Shadow Demon side of the matchup than it is to play the AM side of the matchup.
I agree, definitely. We'll see. I would guess this is, and I don't know the five players' name on KU stack. I forget it. We'll see it in game. So I wonder if he's
Keita.
taking it. Okay, I wonder if Keita is taking the Shadow Demon 5. Probably. That would be my guess. But you could potentially have Malefic take the Shadow Demon top on position 4. And because Anti-Mage usually gets Mana Break level 1, so there's the potential to just disrupt him off cooldown and really mess him up. Probably it's best to just take the Shadow Demon bottom with the Morphling, though. I don't know, though. He's not like the best laner, so it'll be interesting. They have some choices to make. And we have seen Anti-Mage as, like, the, like, air quotes, the, like, go-to hero against Morphling. I'll be honest, I don't really... I mean, it's just because you burn his mana and make it hard for him to morph, right? And Morphling doesn't have a stun, so Anti-Mage can, like, blink on you, do a bunch of damage, blink away. It's interesting.
It's also one of those things where just timing wise, when you look at like the items that morph, usually Morphling's a hero that wants like 2.5, 3 items. Usually AM also wants that, but can get there a little bit faster. So just from a macro standpoint, it makes sense to go with AM, assuming your AM player is if it's going to be carry as good of a farmer and as good of a laner as the morph player. So there is possibility that we see the AM not in the carry role. We have seen a number of AMs 3 as of recently, so perhaps we will see some AM laning into the Morphling, but in that case, you would just put the SD5 rather than 4, lock that in there, and just say, hey, Anti-Mage, you can't skill your good ability. Go be useless. Go buy a Vanguard.
Yeah. I would be surprised if Perfin gives up his Anti-Mage. I know he likes the hero a lot. I would highly doubt it goes anywhere other than 1. But you never know. And I was... Okay, do they take Techies? So we got Shadow Demon 5, Techies Pos 4.
The
Techies is so annoying.
very fair and balanced Universal Soldier. Big Techies fan. I hate Techies so much. And part of that's because I spent. I mean, I'm not sure how much you watched of Lad's playoffs. I think like 6 of my last 8 games were against Techies in my lane. It was not a fun time.
It's the most annoying thing when you're a P5. They just click you from a million range with like plus 70 damage.
It's and before it was like, alright, he clicks from a million range, but he has like 34 damage. Now he has like 58 damage because he's the Universal Soldier. Oh, it's Ancient Apparition. We've gotten the Malevolent Ice Cone. It's fantastic. This is definitely a great Morphling counter. Not necessarily a hero that's actually good at Dota, but you have one ability that certainly hard counters the Morphling. Obviously, Morphling has the mobility to potentially not get hits by Ice Blast, but if you're hitting Ice Blast, then you have a Morphling counter. Then you can suddenly really push the tempo and ruin Morphling's game.
Yeah, I like the pick. I like addressing the Morphling with it. What I like the most with Ancient Apparition is if you have... Because Ice Blast is BKB piercing, right? Or whatever, Dispel immunity, or magic immunity piercing, whatever.
Well, whatever it's called, it is. Yeah, whatever it's called, it definitely is.
So I like to have another BKB piercing, another debuff immunity piercing like spell to play with. So they've got Charge and Nether Strike into the Ice Blast, which could, in theory, kill all game, right? Once both of those heroes are level 6. So I definitely like having that combo. You'll see Legion or like Faceless Void as well, comboed with AA. You just have kill threat all game. Doesn't matter what they buy.
I think it's a very good chance Morphful. I see exactly what you're saying. I think because of that, Morph may end up opting away from BKB. I think he might end up going something like Dragonlance, Manta, Lincolns as a build into like maybe an Ags afterwards rather than going for BKB, where it's all the stuff goes through BKB. Then why buy a BKB?
I was going to predict the Tide. This is what they ran against us yesterday, both games, the Tide, and he was unkillable and insanely annoying to play against. He goes Meteor Hammer, so he'll just get his Perseverance in lane, become unkillable, and then just chip your towers down, and they group well around it. What KU's team does very well is they group early and take early objectives, and they're trying to like pressure your high ground like 25, 30 minutes in, like pretty fast paced. And they steamrolled us yesterday with their like 5-man ball with Tide Auras and Ravage, and then KU and Pattern on some tempo carries. I wonder if they will put the Morphling mid, because you said Pattern plays it, right?
Yeah, Pattern is a notorious... They might just lane swap to do it, but Pattern is a notorious Morph player, if memory serves. Maybe I'm mixing up players, but I'm pretty sure he's a notorious Morphling player. I will say, though, these like KU, Keita, Pydock, Kobe stacks, like these Portland Burnsider stacks, have always been very good at recognizing when they're strong. In some patches, they'll play the later sort of style with heroes like TB, but in a patch like this, where you play heroes like Morphling very well, you can push the tempo. Suddenly, they're running the train earlier. And having played pubs with these guys, I have a very good idea of how they view the macro game, and they have a very unique style of view. I think they view the game very well.
And it looks like the ladies think that it might be a Morph mid as well, because they banned out Terrorblade and Phantom Lancer, which might be hard for AM to deal with. They also... They don't have the best wave clear on the ladies. Nyx doesn't have that great. Spirit Breaker is pretty good, but Anti-Mage is luster until his Battle Fury, and Ancient Apparition is decent, but not great. So they're worried about the illusion carries, potentially.
It's one of those games where actually I would like to see potentially something like Spirit Breaker mid and have a hero rotate a lot and then grab a different score for your other side lane. I think if you run that sort of style, then you could pretty easily secure the AM's lane with a minute 6 rune or with a good charge rotation. Though I think we're more likely to see a traditional Colonel Squid hero mid rather than this Space Scout.
What does he like to play? So I know that his Batrider and Tinker got banned, it looks like, and Storm and Pango, I guess. So a lot.
Oh, it is going to be Squidward. I know he plays the Spirit Breaker mid. He's played it before on the Bulljax teams. I think he played it even when I was teaming with him, but it's pretty exciting actually. He's a hero who will be very up tempo, get a fast 5, get a fast 6, get some runes, charge around, and you can secure the AM's lane. You can potentially work with Doom when he gets 6, get a good Doom on somebody, ruin the Morphlings game. I'm actually a really big fan of putting this hero mid this game.
I agree. I think it can work really well. We'll see if he is able to lane well against Morphling. It might be a concern. He might like get clicked and chipped down. Uh, I don't know how that works that well, but I do like the Doom pick a lot. Doom is really good against Tide, really good against Morphling. The only concern is maybe so that Shadow Demon can disrupt, which maybe you could if you're super high skilled dodge the Ice Blast, but like Doom plus Ice Blast should kill just about anybody in theory, unless they've got like Pipe on Tide to back him up.
In in
So I like
practice,
the
these
Doom.
guys buy 4 staffs, but still, it's gonna be very easy to work that combo. Yeah.
Yeah. But Shadow Demon, he also has the Shard with the Demonic Cleanse, which is after the duration, it's like a 700 or 600 heal. So there is the potential to, if you can kite the Doom out and make them live, could be pretty good.
That's why you have Ice Blast, no healing.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So you'd have to put the Purge on as Ice Blast is ending to hope they live and get the thing to come out. We'll see. Spiked Carapace looks good for this game, so it's Morph mid, and oh, maybe it's Monkey mid to go against the Spear Breaker. Yeah, that's a. Oh, it's Nyx mid. Okay, this is a wild draft. How do you like the Nyx mid?
You know, I was really excited for this draft. I was like, all right, Buffles is brewing up something beautiful. Colonel Squidward on a real active hero. I guess Nyx is a real active hero as well, but I'm pretty sure Nyx with 6 is just like a worse version of Spirit Breaker with 6. Maybe Squid's got something in the sort of like backpack for great tech, but it seems like a really hard mid matchup. I think Pattern will, if he plays equally as well as Squid, win the lane very hard. I think it'll require some good rotations, some good rune luck, and some very good play from Squid to not get bodied in this lane. So, as a result, I just think Ibisser have a very good draft. They've got good lanes and they have a Morphling, so I like their draft a lot.
I agree. I think the fact that Nyx is mid, he only has the Spirit Breaker to like rotate to his lane because Doom probably won't be making a move mid. Anti-Mage surely won't, and Ancient Apparition can't really. I mean, he could walk there, I guess, but it's kind of hard. He's slow, and his spells aren't the best for ganking mid.
I was gonna say poor
So
move speed, poor base stats, and very poor spells for counter. You can't really gank with that. You can counter gank with that hero, but you can't really gank with that hero.
I definitely give the draft edge to KU stack to the I Miss Her team.
All right, so
But we'll see. It'll come down to execution, I think. Doom and Ice Blast and Charge and Nether Strike can kill any hero, or potentially multiple heroes.
So we both side with KU in the boys. We both go against this Buffles Squidward Clankers stack. But the commentators have been wrong a billion times before, so we'll see if we end up joining that list of incorrect commentators. We're seeing some pauses, some unpauses, some more pauses. These guys are morons. But I. Okay, so I think we've paused 3 times. I've paused twice. I think we've got. Ay, ay, ay. I was gonna do my intro, but it's hard to do my intro when it's paused, so I'll have to wait a little bit.
Definitely, Nyx has a good matchup. The Spike Carapace is really good against techies. Potentially Tide Rabbit. Maybe it's not that good against Tide, but it's good against Morphling and also, of course, pure damage on Vendetta. I would assume he tries to go greedy and go for the Dagon build. And then his new Mind Flare spell is also a super high damage nuke, so there's a lot of potential to burst Morphling when he's low.
See,
And
I have a story for you, Simon. I'm not sure if you were around last at the time. I think it might have been before your time. But there was a time when Colonel Squid was playing with this guy called Bulljax. And he asked Bulljax, Bulljax, can I play Ogre Magi mid? Bulljax said sure. And he had like a 17-3 KD, and he lost. And that's like I think the best case scenario for Squid this game. Going 17-3 and losing.
a lot is on his shoulders, definitely. Because Anti-Mage needs to get his farm, right? I don't know how well he's going to do against Tide. Burning Tide's mana is potentially a good solution to dealing with him in lane. However, I mean, you burn his mana and he still has Kraken Shell, and then you don't do that much damage. So I don't think they have much kill threat on the Tide with the techies clicking. So it might be hard for AM to get off to like a super good start where he can just like free farm the lane. Because Tide even has pretty decent like base damage. He might be able to kind of man up against AM.
That's going to be the job of Mr. Sharkosity on the. Can you hear me? He's on the ancient apparition. Oh God! He wants us to give us his power. Little do we know, we both think he's gonna lose. I digress, though. That's the job of Sharkosity. Just play the role where you give your life for AMD farm. It's like, alright, if Ty Techies walk out of the lane with like 3 kills, but your AM is 40 last hits at minute 6, it's gonna be okay. Like, if you have to give your life for AM to farm, you give your life for AM to farm. I've been there, I've done that, you've been there, you've done that. Sometimes you gotta die for the team.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how Sharkosity will skill build this game. I'm wait 1 second, sorry. I'm posting in your chat. I'm shit posting in your chat really quick.
You're shitposting in my chat? I'd never. Oh, never. I forgot I forgot who you were. You are. Don't just frame your Twitch chat shitpost. You can shitpost wherever you want. Oh, we're back.
Oh, yeah.
We're on pause. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of the weekend, lads. Finals. That's the 5. I don't know the words going on that one. We have on the Radiant side, the ladies, captained by Buffles, taking on I Miss Her, captained by KU/Keita. My name is Badger. I'm joined by tournament organizer Simon. We should be in for a fantastic best of 5.
I'm excited. I Miss Her is going to hold their high ground and hope that somebody walks up like a noob. Clankers, please don't walk up there. Nice.
He did not follow the arrows. It's always good advice.
I'm doing a quick starting item check. Nothing jumps out as anything crazy.
I'm seeing a lot of sticks, a lot of blood grenades. Actually, less sticks than I expected, but still, I think like 4 or 5 sticks. Good number of blood grenades. Just relatively standard stuff. I mean, you see a lot of sticks in general. Like, you watch DPC, you watch Dream League, you see a ton of sticks, and you see some sticks here, but the sticks are very good right now.
Definitely. Shadow Demon, Shadow Poison, Tide with the Anchor Smash, Techies with the Sticky Bomb, and then AA spamming spells. Doom maybe spamming spells a little bit.
Well, look at Buffles with the wrap around. He's gonna fight KU for this rune. And he outclicks KU. That's the 2-time champion getting outclicked by Buffles. Buffles may be dead, though, for that one. I mean, he's being gone on by 4 heroes.
He has nowhere to charge to, so even if he did skill charge, it wouldn't matter, so...
I love that block from Kobe. It's like, alright, KU, you get the kill. You can... No, none for Pattern, none for Pyduck. I will get the kill. I will give it to my carry. For those who are wondering, Bipolar Kid, we're going to be calling Kobe, because his name is Kobe. If he's the guy, he's League of Legends, aka Taylor Swift. He changes his name every single season, so I just call him Kobe.
Good, I'm glad. I'm glad you said that. I would have called him Bipolar Kid, because I don't know.
And this team... This like core of players had a big problem with changing their names and team names constantly, so you just kind of have to run with it. I have players like nicknamed on Steam for a reason. But unfortunately, it does not apply in this case.
The first blood going to KU is definitely good for this lane, and I think it might get hard for Doom. He'll need to get a quick Vanguard, because I think Morphling definitely can just kind of quick him down, and he doesn't really worry that much about Scorched Earth, because he can morph through it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely not a good first blood to give up. We'll see how well Clankers can do up there.
I mean,
And
luckily he
Squid's
is
doing
playing
well mid.
Doom. Oh, wait, you're right, he is doing well. But it is only the first wave still. The thing is, with Doom, is no matter how badly the game goes, you're playing Doom. You just get free gold. You get Devour, you buy Midas, you get free gold. You generate income, Simon.
Exactly. Just as long as he is able to generate gold without feeding the Morphling, it'll be good. And I'm definitely going to watch mid to see how it goes here for the Knicks.
Oh, bottom lane, that'll be Sharkosity going down on the AA again. Not much you can really do there. Just get run down by Techie's Tide. Tide is out of mana. Perfen's still only level 1, so you can't blink away from that one. This is definitely a lost lane so far. So that's not a good sign for the ladies.
So, Baran and I got owned by this lane yesterday. It's so annoying, actually. The Gush with -3 armor into the Techie's bomb and his 80 damage clicks from far away. It's a ton of damage. It's really hard to fight into. And for a squishy ancient apparition, it's rough. If he steps out of position, he is in a lot of danger.
See a little bit of a lack of patience from Gate the top lane. Didn't wait for that 5th stack of poison. I think he could have killed Clankers with the 5th stack, but either way, Clankers is very damaged, forced to salve on up, and then over to bottom lane again. It's an injured perf, and they want to go in them once again, but I think Kobe wants to wait for his Gush, and then he'll Gush and then hits. Potentially.
Ring of Health is up on the Tide. I wonder if he will go for Soul Ring if he needs like mana to be in this lane, or if he can just sit here with like no mana and just live and get his last hits. But we're fighting bottom. Malefic's
They're
jumping
both
in.
side lanes fighting going on. Bottom lane is Techie's already up the trade. Will be for 80% one more, but Ty can't find over to the top lane once again, though. Spirit Breaker being killed by Keita. KU wanted the kill. Back to bottom lane again. Never mind, bottom lane fight's over. It's one of those times where you see both of the side lanes brawling at the exact same time. It's like, alright, it's time for everyone to die. Ended up being, what, a 1-for-1 across the map? Yeah, 1-for-1 across the map.
And the Lotus check is Doom got the Lotus, well played by Clankers. And the Lotus is still available bottom.
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed more, that there's a lot more emphasis on that now. The 3-minute Lotus we're fighting over at bottom. Bipolar Kid, sorry, Kobe gets it. And he might be in trouble on AM.
Blast off hits, Anchor Smash in, AM down. One more kill for KU and company, 4th now of the game. That's one of the things I remember right after the patch that was not a huge point emphasis in the last playoffs, was the Lotus pool. It was more like, alright, you know, Wisdom Root's probably the big thing people were starting to fixate on, but after watching, you know, DPC and Dream League, yeah, I'm seeing a lot more Lotuses contested in these weekend labs games.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. 125 health and mana. I mean, what is that compared to a stick? Let's do some. I can try and do some quick math. That's a lot. It's like almost like it's like an 8 stick basically,
yeah,
for free. So Colonel Squid's doing decent in mid. Basically, I've been watching it a little bit. Basically, anytime Monkey King gets 2 or 3 stacks of Jingu on him, he'll stun him and walk away and kind of reset the lane. And also, Pattern is holding a skill point here, getting ready to tree dive if he needs to, or tree dance if he needs to. He's holding 2 skill points, actually. That's interesting.
There's once again a lot of poking going around the both of these side lanes. Something is about to break out, I'm quite sure. And we see an imprisonment top lane from the Shadow Demon. Charge forward to counterplay, trying to save Clankers. There's 2 stacks of poison on him, and he has 1 Lotus ready to go. Keita will hit the poison. Clankers is dropping, but not dead quite yet. He'll survive. Meanwhile, bottom lane, again, a lot of trading going on there. Blastoff is online. Looks like Nalthik will be fishing very soon for a kill on AA.
Sharkosity's in so much danger. It's so scary for him to play this lane. If one Gush and he's dead, essentially. Like, I don't think there's any counterplay to the Gush blast off for AA.
Not particularly, no. See Buffles is going in top lane, trying to bash his way to victory, but could not find like a 4 bash combo that would have killed somebody.
Yeah, so from a draft perspective, I think that if the ladies are able to weather the early game storm that will come with Tide, with his Meteor Hammer knocking down towers, like if Spirit Breaker gets his farm, we've all seen how crazy Spirit Breaker is late game, and if Doom gets his farm right to even maybe potentially a Refresher or an Ags or something, I like their chances if they can make it go super late. And it seems like that might be how you have to play against this KU team. They're just so good at playing early. So if you can make it go late and like split the lanes, get farm in 3 lanes because you know they're gonna be
Over
5
in the
mana or
river,
4
it's a
mana.
fight going on right now. Impale onto Malefic. Techies will fall. Pattern and Kato want counter. They'll go in on Squid. They'll turn to Buffles. Buffles is low. They'll turn back to Squid once again. He's in the river. Blood Grenade will hit. Squid's still on the run. However, meanwhile, he'll finally get the Vendetta just to run away from that one. Meanwhile, into the bottom lane as well, Perfin had to blink away from the tide. Back to the mid lane once again, though. The 3v2 going on south goes to, I believe, Buffles. Actually, never mind. The fighting is over. Vendetta is up, though. Charge forward, Vendetta. Impale misses from Squid. I think the kill will still be there. Mind Flare on point. Pattern still running. He is quite fast, and he'll tree dance away to the trees. A rare mechanical mistake by the champion Colonel Squidward. And as a result, Pattern will survive there.
That's a rough one. It's okay. Vendetta's up in 40 seconds and he can try again. That's a big missed kill on Pattern, who has started to severely out CS the Knicks. So the top 3 CS are all on Dire. On iMister, they're doing quite well.
You look at the Hero Net Worth, similar story. Morph, Tide, Monkey, all very close net worth wise. Doom, AM, Knicks not too far behind, but it's a noticeable gap.
And also, I didn't quite see it. So Malefic got the Wisdom Rune for iMister, and Buffles got it for the ladies. So 1-1 split on the 7-minute Wisdoms.
Alright, there is one good thing for Perfin. Tide is out of mana once again. He's on the run. The Cold Feet, I don't think it'll latch. Yeah, it does not latch. Just ran away in time. But again, Tide with no mana is hard to kill, but no longer the same kill threat as if he had, say, mana for Ravage right now. Either way, Keita will arrive, but it's a counterspell. I mentioned that in the draft, the SD-AM interaction. Keita counterspelling his own illusions on that one. But either way, it's the thing that matters is this tower and this AM's farm, and neither are that good right now. They're both in danger. Blastoff is dodged by Perfin. He'll get away from the techies who would have killed him on that one, so here simply try to keep AM alive in this 2v3. It's rapidly turning into a 2v4. There is Pattern on the rendezvous from the north side, wrapping away from the river. Get a blink away from the AM, but Sharkosity will not be so lucky. He will die. Jingu will get popped. The kill will go to Pattern via the Boundless Strike, and the tower will be not far behind, so 1 kill, 1 tower. Nice huge win there for the side of iMister.
Big rotation. Monkey King just walks bottom. I mean, they really can't defend. They can't really bring Doom down. He doesn't have mana to ulti, really. He does have Ravage. He also bought a Mango for himself, so he's got a...
Speaking of Doom, top lane under that tower, charge from Buffles as well. He did not get the morph off in time. He's still being right-clicked. Pydock arrives with the blast off, looking for counters. Morphling is dead. Clankers is low as well, but Malefic is out of spells. Sharkosity has arrived to the fight via TP. Malefic is bashed down by Buffles. That's 2 kills. 2 very needed kills for the side of the ladies.
Big kills. If they can transition it into a tower, it'd be great. But I'm starting to feel that the ladies' draft is definitely in the tower hitting. Because literally only a farmed AM can hit the towers, basically.
Mid lane Vendetta. Mind Flare combo there on Keita, but he had the stick. He barely survived. The Squid had like 20 more damage. I think they would have been a kill, but what can you do?
And now, Kobe walks mid, he's gonna hammer the tower, and this is where this is their script. They just start pressuring early with Tide as soon as he gets this meteor hammer. Nothing can contest him, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's minute 10 rune time. Squid will grab the Invis rune. Not that he need to be Invis, but it is good to get that bottle filled, of course. Problem is there's a massive watermelon ruining your day middle lane. The Carapace will do a little bit of damage to Tide, but more importantly, top lane, the fight's breaking out once again. Doom is already dead in the 3v2. Sharkosity on the run, stunned by the Boundless Strike. Blastoff's on cooldown, Waveform's on cooldown. They still want to kill the A under that tower. He'll get slowed by the mines. He'll get right-clicked down. It's 2 more kills for the side of iMister. 7 kills now in the game. We see a TP in from Squid. He's currently Invis. He has Invis into Vendetta as a possible mix-up play here. He saw a pattern to go on KU instead. Impale to lead. Vendetta still being held. Now used. Mind Flare used as well. But he had the morph off in time. It simply was not enough damage to 100-0 the Morphlingans. Now it's danger time. Pattern once again will Primal Spring in. Impale will be there on the tide, but again, his tower died in time. Boundless Strike into the 3-man Ravage. Dead Colonel Squid. Clankers is half HP. Buffles is trying to charge on through away from the danger, but danger will most certainly come. Back over to Clankers. He's been stunned by Blast Off. He'll get brought down. 2 more kills. Buffles will actually get away there. They just let him run away, choosing instead to secure the Clankers kill, but again, you get those kills, you once again damage another T1 tower. Certainly a win for the Dire side. And mid lane, Pattern, a solo kill on Sharkosity is brewing, and that'll be a solo kill. The Lotus came out, but it was still too much damage. 1 more kill for Pattern. He's 3-0-4 now.
UK/3K lead for I Miss Her. They didn't get the tower top, so the Ice Blast was actually pretty good. It kind of dissuaded them from keeping the push going, but there's nothing to really stop them from going back there again. I'm worried for the ladies. Oh, he missed the deny.
He made a mistake on that one. He put the tower into the deny range. He wanted to deny it, but he should have waited for the extra siege unit hits. What can you do?
That's all right. So the good thing is that AA was farming mid during that whole top fight, and Perfin was farming bottom. He is, how much gold is this? I can't do my math. He's like 1,000 gold from his Battle Fury. So
About, yeah.
Colonel Squid's trying to gank Pattern. This could be a huge kill. They don't have an Ice Blast to throw. They do have Doom, and Pattern sneaks away.
It's a huge kill if he gets it, but the problem was that if, and it's a very hard hero to go on. High move speed, has the tree dance, so you need to be really fast in your movements. And at this point, the lead is cut to about 1.5, 2,000 gold, but it's still a hard game to play. You still have to deal with this Morphling problem. And again, it's about a 1.5k lead into Midas Doom, who is just generating fake gold. So it's almost like it's more than that lead-wise.
It definitely is. The map pressure is also on just because they have more tier 1 towers taken. Perfin did take the bottom tower did die, so that's decent. That'll give him a little more space in this bottom half to kind of farm up. The ladies have a good kill squad. Now that they have 6 on their supports, Buffles has another strike, Sharkosity has Ice Blast. Like a charge into a Nyx follow-up into Ice Blast, like that is quite scary. And I think if they can make a ton of space in the next like 10 to 15 minutes for AM to farm all his items, things can look up, you know.
We saw a bit of the debut of Nether Strike bottom lane, but to very little effect. Techies easily got away from that gank, but again, we'll have the Ice Blast Nether Strike combo online in about a minute. You know, very, very short cooldown as far as ultis go, so we'll get 1 more shot to kill somebody very soon. I guess the good news for the ladies, other than their kill squad being online, is it's hard for Tide to want to go to this top lane macro-wise. So this top T1 tower probably will not die in the near future, but that like bottom side T2, even the mid T2 might be in danger, which is obviously a more problematic tower to lose than that T1 top.
Like Malefic has had some fun, dropped 6, what are these called, the remote mines, 6 proxy mines right around the mid tower, so that's protected. And they have 3 insanely good observers in their top woods and the triangle of the ladies. So they know that they want to get up here and try and take this top tower eventually, and so they are just so set up for this. Buffles is looking dead.
Yeah, I mean, he's banished right now. It's a hell of a lot of follow-up. He's gushed. Ice Blast will actually hit on 4 heroes if Radiant can get there in time to fight, but this can't get there in time to fight. 1 kill will go to Techies. Squid seems to want to fight this. I don't think Squid was under a Sentry Ward. Looking at Dire Vision, they do not see the Nyx. But he's still in danger zone in this. Yeah, now they see him. They see him on the Sentry Ops combination. They know he's there, but he's a little bit too fast to get brought down there. Or maybe not, actually. He'll get stunned by Pattern. Keita is on, though. Never mind, he's not going to die.
AM has finished his Battle Fury, so his farm can increase, and Morphling is finishing Lincoln's in about 400 gold, so he will be able to be less afraid of the Nyx, but more importantly, not be charged for free.
Yeah, we're still running the train right now, middle lane. Sharkosity gets brought down by a 3-man dive. 1 more kill for Techies of all heroes. 5-3 and 3 on the Techies for Pydock, aka Malefic. It's again, this is the kind of style you expect. You mentioned it, I mentioned it. This is what we thought was going to happen. And it's what's happening.
It's the 4-man, and they're so scary actually. A disruption into a Monkey King stun or a Techie stun is like instant kill basically.
Well, we're
Except
gonna
on
see
this
the
guy
instant
who
kill. I
has
mean, he
Carapace.
used all the spells on Nyx, but they're still diving anyways. He's simply dead. Pattern secures the kill on Squid. They even tip him for good measure, because why not?
That is the second time that Colonel Squid has been tipped this game, so we'll keep a count on that.
I know
Tide still has Ravage.
there's definitely been a friendly rivalry there between the whole KU Squid thing. That's gone back for years now, so I'm not too surprised there's tips coming out. Wait, top tower goes down. Perfect blink forward to do it, and they actually can't punish him for that blink. Instead, it's Clankers on the way over. Ravage will be there on 3. They'll focus Doom. Pattern will go in. The Doom will be there on the Techies. That will not save Clankers. He'll get run on down, and now Kato will set up for a second kill on Buffles. Buffles will Bodos. Pump fake the Nether Strike and then walk away. Pattern stuns Colonel Squid with the Boundless Strike. They want to run down Nyx once again. Carapace will delay for the time being. Charge will disrupt the initiation chain. Dire are splitting their attention right now. The multiple locations. This could be punished. Icebox will be there onto the Monkey King. Monkey King is punished on the dive. Now Perfect blinks in, looking for Keita. Keita's low on mana. He turns to Techies. Mana Void is ready. It does surprisingly little damage, but the kill will still be there anyways. Down goes Malefic. 2 kills on the dive, secured by the ladies. A lot of gold going to the Animage in that one.
Nice, they dove a little too deep on I Miss Her. The Ice Blast turn on Monkey King was great. Right, so they have kill threat, right? The Doom wasn't great on the Techies. They probably didn't need to go too deep up there, but it forced I Miss Her to chase, or it made I Miss Her feel safe enough to chase. Clankers has Octarine as well now, so that Doom is on. It's up in another 70 seconds, so it's not bad to just throw that and fight with your team, you know. So his farm's pretty good on Doom, right? Like you said, he's generating that gold. He prints his own money.
That was some great commentating analysis. You know, you managed to turn. This is the sort of analyst that every player wants. You managed to turn a bad Doom into a positive play. That's some great PR for Clankers.
Exactly. I mean, when you have Octarine, you might as well just throw it out and hope for the best. So it definitely was not the best Doom though, but that's okay. he has the opportunity to cast like 20 more this game. Maybe we'll see. That's probably an exaggeration.
Maybe I mean, if this game goes long enough, it actually won't be. This is like a 45, 50-minute game. I wouldn't be too shocked if it ends up going into. It's okay. It'll get a refresher eventually as well, so you can get some double Doom fights. Oh, bottom lane. Well, seems like KU has become Spirit Breaker, though Spirit Breaker remains a little bit too fast for the time being. We didn't mention that all too much, but turning the Spirit Breaker is very, very cool for Morphling.
Yeah, it's just a great morph. It's probably his best morph, right? Unless he really just wants like a Nyx stun or the Anti-Mage Blink, he'll probably just try and morph into the Spirit Breaker every time. I wonder if he will go Ags on KU to steal the agility from Anti-Mage, because that's risky, because he might get counterspelled, and that might screw the Morphling over. My guess is that he won't go Ags. He'll probably just go Manta into, I don't even know, some damage item maybe, or Scotty.
It's one of those things. Spirit Breaker is not only just the best morph in this game, it's one of the best morphs in all of Dota. I mean, it's a fantastic morph to get for a hero like Morphling. It kind of covers all of his weaknesses, hero-wise.
Definitely. Do the ladies have this tower defense in them? They have no glyph, and it is slowly getting chipped by Tide, and KU hitting. Arcane and Dagon is up on Nyx.
Ice Blast just off the mark on Morphling. Clankers will run forward, dooming Tyler, so no Ravage in this team fight. Though, he actually might just not die during this doom. Squid and Buffles will head to Tide. Vendetta available, charge commit. He's still half HP on the Tide, and a pipe active still there. Blast off hits onto. They will not kill Tide. There will be a Ravage. This fight's an absolute disaster. Ravage onto. Down goes Clankers. Down goes Squidward. They head to Buffles. He'll somehow manage to charge away. Not that it changed the outcome of the team fight. It's an absolute unmitigated disaster once again. Not only do you lose 2, including 2 cores, you will lose that all-important bottom 2-2 tower.
Yeah, I think that defense is possible, but the downside of the ladies lineup is that it just requires a lot of execution. You need an Ice Blast and a Doom and like a charge to all hit pretty much at the same time, and it's hard when I Miss Her is all set up there. They have the Tide in front. The Ice Blast was a little off the mark. It hit only the Tide, but there wasn't anybody ready to follow up. Also, the AA did pick up his shard, which is a very good shard. I love this shard on AA. Ice Blast now stuns with the level of Cold Feet for a little bit less of the duration. So, but having an AOE stun could potentially turn a fight if someone's chasing too far.
It's one of those things. I mean, looking at the last fight, I guess I think when Ice Blast missed on Morphling, you say, you know what, the fight's lost. Don't even fight the fight. Because I think I think he was fishing for a Morphling hits. I mean, you hit Tide. You're not killing Tide. He's Tide Hunter. At
I
that point, you say,
definitely
you know what,
agree.
if the tower dies, the tower dies. Wait for the next Ice Blast. It seems like they wanted to force the fight a little bit too much. And again, we've all been there. You get a little bit antsy. Say, I'm tired of waiting. Especially when you're playing a losing game. You don't want to sit around and lose more. You want to lose on your terms rather than on the opponent's terms. And yeah, I guess that in that case, you lose on your own terms. But
Malefic might die. Oh, he's out of the
oh
range. They saw it coming
no!
somehow. Well played by them. I don't know how they knew that.
And they saw
Nice.
it on. Gee, I have no idea what they saw it on. Maybe the Watcher. That's a bit. Did you see it on the proximity mine?
Okay, that's proof number. I know. I was gonna point that out. Malefic's line of proxy mines in the triangle right there. It's very funny. But yeah, so that's proof number one that KU's team cheats. They knew that Ice Blast was coming, so we'll mark that down. We'll timestamp it. We'll
They're
see when
saying we need to ban KU from lads. I'm ready. I joke,
yeah,
of course.
just yeah.
Roshan
being
grabbing the
so
diet. You wouldn't be the only one, don't worry. But Roshan grabbed by KU Company, just to the aforementioned Morphling player. And there's a long string of players who've been tilted by this particular group of players. Don't worry, you wouldn't be the first one, Simon.
they're annoying to play against. They're good. So yeah, they play very well as a team. They're rarely. I feel like they're hard to gank, and they're like rarely when they set up. They're not usually out of position. That one dive they had top where Monkey King died, that was probably their one like slip up this game. They're probably I don't think Monkey King's gonna be diving that deep again without a proper reason. So Morphling's going Butterfly, so that's his anti mage item.
You went for the Lincoln's Manta. That's enough defensive items at that point where you've got sure it's still BKB, but between Lincoln's Manta and of course the Aegis in this case, you're not really going to be at all that much of a risk unless they manage to throw everything perfectly, pop the Lincolns and Doom before you can Manta. It's like, alright, that's kind of hard to execute. You need items that Radiant simply don't have to do that, but over the top lane, Pattern will go in for flankers, Perfect Links, and Doom will be there onto the Monkey King. In comes Kobe, the one-man rabbit, onto the Doombringer. Ice Blast will be there, hitting on all three, stunning. Clanker still falls, however. Now, well, Buffles is there. I'm not sure if they know he's there, though. It seems like the Spear Breaker will walk away. Regardless, one more core kill, one more tower kill. You run the train, you make your lead even larger. It's technically only a 1k lead, but we all know it feels like a lot more of a lead than that right now.
Yeah, Buffles is doing the Lord's work of cutting the top wave, being annoying with Spear Breaker. So if they can clear this wave, they have no high ground threat. I don't know if they can go high ground.
They have Glyph,
strong,
but they don't want to use it because if they use it, then they can go high ground. It won't be refreshed, so they wanted to hold it in case possible high ground siege. Ooh, that's a fast Tormentor. It's a really fast Tormentor, actually.
Shard for techies, that one's good. Taser on the allies. Put
Fun
that on
times.
Morphling when he goes in. Pretty strong.
He only has 3 defensively oriented items and a healing Lotus. Give him the Taser as well. Make him that much more unkillable.
Yeah, I hate techies. It's so annoying. He's so annoying.
That's what I'd be doing. If I went to this next game, you know what I'd be doing if I were Buffles? And Techies, and Morphling. And just play against anything else. Anything
Buffles
else.
might be going down. Pattern's got the beat on.
Meanwhile, we see Clankers being gone on as well. A bit of a missed chain stun there between Kobe and Keita. Might allow Clankers to live a little bit longer, but eventually the Doom will go down anyway, so hold his Doom this time around. Buffles, meanwhile, top lane, got away from his gank, but Pattern has moved his attention from Buffles to Perfect, forcing him away from the mid lane, looking to set up for that last outer tower middle lane.
I miss her is itemizing against the Ice Blast and the Nyx Burst. They have a pipe on Tide, and we're gonna get double glimmers from the
Well, they
supports.
actually kill Perfect with the Vendetta into anti-mage combination, but it's time for vengeance. You see already, stolen impale onto Squid goes down. It's going to end up being a 1-for-1 core trade with both mid laners dying. Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting combination because you basically have this Tide Shard, which is impale, and you just morph into Nyx and also get another impale. So you just have multiple impales on the ground there.
They have a lot of chain stun with the techies follow up, and then the Monkey King as well. Chain stun from long range, right? So it's scary for the ladies to play. I'm impressed that it's only a 3k lead, and their mid tower is gonna die, but they can potentially defend their high ground. They just have to have a good fight where all their ultis go off, and they don't have to worry about this Aegis.
Alright, they know Buffles is there, but I think they're wasting their time if they go on. This is Bates. He is buying time, because meanwhile, into the Radiant side jungle, we see a more important fight breaking out. Sharkasti gets blasted off by techies. And at this point, never mind. It's not even a fight. It's just dead Radiant heroes. Tankers will get away, but this is time to run and farm, it appears.
So, Perfin has finished his Ags. This will help with their high ground, and this is Blink Fragment. You throw an Anti-Mage Illu in that you can cast a counterspell
Oh,
on.
no. Oh, no. Edith's expired. They tried to go on KU, but it just... Oh. They almost killed him. So close, but so far.
Lincoln's putting in work, and now he has Butterfly completed.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's a bit of a 2v1. They want to get Pattern with the AM and the Doom. Pattern ran out of mana and then ran out of HP not too long afterwards. So sure, you don't get that KU kill, but you at the very least will secure the kill onto the Monkey King. Where did that Ice Blast go anyways? I heard the Ice Blast sound somewhere.
Oh, I missed.
Was he trying to snipe KU?
It was for Monkey. It was for Monkey.
Oh, okay,
but okay, we're in again. Disruption blocked. Plankers did a really good job to hold his Doom, so he has Doom available.
Yeah, he doomed the Tide in time. There will be no Ravage. Blastoff will be there onto KU looks to fight. Charge will be there onto the Tide. Morph is morphing up. Plankers falls. Perfin has about half HP, ready to fight. Morphling is clicking him down. Am is forced to disengage. Diggin will be there onto Malefic. Malefic dies. Currently, it's 3 dead on the dire side, so it's time to run away. Sure, Tide and Morph are hard to kill, but you can't do too much in this 2v4, so... Again, that is a win for the ladies. 2,000 gold swinging back over, and Squidward wants one more. He'll head on over to the Tide. Tide, however, has a gem. Ravage will be there on to 3. Dying time. Oh, they did not kill the AM. They'll turn over to Squid instead. Squid and KU both are low. Both might die. Squid dead. KU is still alive. However, Sharkasti will attempt the TP. That will be off in time. But again, you come so close to so many important kills. You don't get them, and instead now Perfect might just go down instead. He'll counterspell. He's some of the Boundless Strike. In comes Tide. Down goes the AM. Oh, that was painfully close for the ladies, and again, it's a painfully lost team fight.
It was the ladies' turn to chase a little too far. They didn't even have a ward there, but they had Monkey King scouting in the trees, I think, and that 3-man Ravage barely clipped the AM. And they still almost killed Morphling. Morphling was literally, I mean, he literally was like 5% health, and the Ice Blast just missed him. Just wasn't on point.
One of those things where it's...
great.
Are you saying?
Oh, that was just great how they killed the Monkey King to start that. And like, they didn't use Doom. They killed the Monkey farming bottom with just Clankers and Perfin. And then they turned it into a pretty good fight, and then it just chased a little too far. If they keep making plays like that, I mean, they're definitely not out of this game. Even though it's 10 to 23 kills.
Uh-oh, middle lane again. There comes the Vendetta combo. Mind Flare is there, and Keita will go down. Dire want Vengeance. Blast off stuns Nyx, but in comes Sharkosity and Clankers, looking to keep their Nyx assassin alive. KU stands his ground. Techies cannot. Lincoln's has popped. Doom will be there onto the Morphling. He's got 2.1k HP to play with. Well, that's so much Nyx assassin damage. They'll destroy the Morphling. Pattern has arrived, looking to clean this up to acquire some vengeance, but they're fighting on a 3v5 right now. This could be the overextension. Pattern's half HP. He's been stunned. He's running low on HP. He's got no ulti. He's going to die. 3 dead. Tide has no Ravage. He needs to get away to save the gem at this point. Techies most certainly will die, but AM wants Tide. Tide cannot blink for 9 more seconds, and if he dies, he will drop the gem. If you blink in 5, he might not live for that long, though. Mana Void is online. Tide is entirely out of mana. He's fighting entirely alone. There's the Mana Void. There's the charge. Down goes the gem. The couriers are on the way, but too little, too late. That's a full 5-man wipe and a big win for the ladies.
Well played, ladies. The Ice Blast was great to kind of mess up Techie's initiation. He got the blast off, but then he still got stunned after, so he couldn't place all his mines. And then, I mean, that was just insane coordination to get the Lincolns off on the morph, Clankers with the clutch doom, and Colonel Squid bursted the hell out of him. I don't think KU got his morph off, so he was just kind of a sitting duck in the doom. Well played, ladies.
He did not get it off, you are correct. That's just the exact fight they've needed the entire time. They finally got it.
And so, on all of this, how do you... Keita is scouting Roche because it could be up. The ladies should know that Roche could be up, and it's basically confirmed to spawn bottom based on when it was taken last, so Buffles is here to scout it out as well. This is where the next fight is going to take place.
It is an incredibly long spawn, though. That's nearly the entire full 3 minutes, so it buys time for both teams to respawn. For both teams to get their cooldowns again. So we're going to get a nice little set-piece team fight at the bottom side Roshan pit, it appears. Squidward is scouting. He's currently in the trees, looking for the right angle. Seems like Lady will set up on the south side, and I miss around the north side. However, they're under a dire Observer Ward, an Essential Ward combo at that. Buffles is already dead. Now Clankers has been disrupted by Keita. This could be a problem. Round to be there on 3. It's going to be an absolute disaster. In come the chain stuns. AM flinks away, but it's already 2 down. Squid is incredibly low. Charge. It's stolen by KU via the morph on in. They still want Porphin. Perffin's still blinking away. He's still half HP. Now stunned by Pattern's Boundless Strike. He's got the counterspell. He wants to blink, but he's still dropping. They're still hunting. He's going forward, but he may have went a little bit too far. Mind Flare there. Mana Void brings him down. Overextension from Pattern. Still a fight win for I Miss Her, but a much smaller win than you might have expected.
Pattern's definitely aggro on his Monkey King. A little too far there. That was a great bait carapace on the Nyx. However, this ward basically ensures that I Miss Her gets to win this fight. Good on Keita for getting down here early enough, and maybe a little misstep. The ladies probably should have been here a little sooner after that team wipe to set up. The Ice Blast was in at the Roach Pit, though. We'll see if anything comes of this. They don't do it that fast with just KU hitting.
Well, here we go. There's illusions from Anti-Mage in the area. Pattern buys back, looking to fight. It will be a 5v5. Clankers respawning. Roshan's about 1/3 HP right now, so he's not quite dead. Radiant get the D word. They have the important high ground vision now, though. At this point, now it's a bit of a game of chicken. It's a standoff. Nobody wants to be the first one into this pit listening at the fight win at this point. AM will scout with the illusion. Squid is invis with Vendetta. Dire see him under a sentry ward. However, they can't catch him quite yet. Charge forward there on Techies. Techies is half HP but not being gone on. Radiant now disengaged left once again. Back to the high ground. SD has some AM illusions. Once again, zoning Perfect. Perfect wants to keep his mana. And we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Everyone has everything but Ravage, who's up in 25 more seconds. KU will get away once again. Radiant will wrap to the west side, gaining more ground in this all-important area. Dire being boxed on the southeast side right now. They're going forward in all directions. They're running out of areas to hide. But they still maintain their spot in the trees right now. And again,
the blink fragments from AM are really clutch here to just do some scouting for low commitment. Another one in the trees, scouts Malefic.
But importantly, we now have Ravage. Ravage just came up for Tide. Nobody's going in yet. Clankers walks forward. Cannot find a Doom yet. Still waiting for that blink Ravage. If Dire knew what we knew, this would be a 5-man Ravage right now, nearly.
Yeah.
It's a 4-man Ravage, but still.
Oh, Roach he's leaving. It's nighttime. Oh my gosh.
Oh no! That's really bad.
Hysterical. That's funny.
At this point, Radiant have Twin Gate control. They can go. We went back!
Oh my god.
Oh
this
no!
bug is so stupid.
The Vendetta!
Why does it do this?
I have no idea, but it has ruined Radiant's game. Blink forward by Kobe. In comes the Wukong. Ravage will be there onto 3 heroes. It's an absolute disaster. At this point, you've lost Squid. You're going to lose one more when Clankers goes down there. Roshan has ruined the game For the side of the ladies, I don't know why Roshan decides to do what he does, but the bug certainly will play in favor of the side I miss her.
Okay, so someone in the chat tell me what causes this bug. That's so infuriating. The ladies played that so well. They were ready to make the ultimate play, and I have no idea what makes them turn around there.
Still in beta, and Perfin wants to be a hero right now. He wanted to blink in. He really wanted to blink in there, but ultimately he'll have to run once again. AM and Spirit Breaker will be fine. AA apparently also be fine, so still another win for iMisser.
He's on Monkey, Aegis on KU. So the Monkey King is, I think, the like best target. Excuse me, best target for the ladies because he did buy back and he has cheese, but that does not save him from the Ice Blast. So if they can combo the Monkey King down, could open up a 4v5 fight for them to take with the rest of their team and just win by numbers. So good luck to the ladies. I would be so mad if I was them. They played that so well. They waited it out. They didn't overextend. It must be a bug with like them going in the gate at the same time as Roshan, or maybe it was Buffles' fault because he ran into Roshan's big butt and he stunned himself. Maybe that made him mad and he wanted to go back.
Yeah, sometimes you can make all the right plays, still lose. What can you do?
Yeah, that's just life, though. Captain Picard.
It is
Are you a Star Trek fan?
A little bit, yeah. We are seeing a Wisdom Room fight, though. Sharkosity, we'll get the Wisdom Room, but he's just dead.
Oh, holy cow. Look at Sharkosity's quick buy. I didn't even notice this.
Ah, okay, that makes sense, actually. You know, most important spell on your game, Ice Blast. Guess Ice Blast, just find another Ice Blast.
There's the potential for that to, like totally dumpster iMisser. It is a, let me see, a 2.8 second stun, but it's 60%. So, whatever. A 2-second stun, but like a 4-second AoE chain stun with a double Ice Blast. And the damage is not negligible either. That could turn a fight like in a big way. If he can hit it. That's the big if with AA, right? You have to hit the Ice Blast for it to work, so.
Yeah, just hit one of them. That's why you got two. Just hit one of them. Problem solved. Hit one of the two Ice Blasts, probably you can win the game.
He's now twice as likely to hit his Ice Blast.
And look at the win probability. Apparently the win probability is still in favor of the ladies. 59% according to the proprietary AI of Valve. I'm surprised.
It has to be the Doom plus Ice Blast, right? I mean, and also Anti-Mage versus Morphling going late. Anti-Mage is finished up in Abyssal. Morphling has Lincolns, so he can't instantly just Abyssal him, but still, I mean, Anti-Mage is officially quite scary with that Abyssal. The Shadow Demon and Techies are food for him. And look at Malefic. 7, 8 proxy mines in the triangle, and they're all taken out.
I mean, they're playing Minesweeper right now. Just walk in, kill the mines, you know. And a minute, Buffles. They see him. He is almost certainly going to die here. Bulldoze. Actually, wait a minute. Can Bulldoze save him? Bulldoze has ended. He's duking it out right now. He's got charge in 1 second. There's no way he lives here.
Oh, nice. He charged bottom.
Oh, what a fair and balanced hero.
That's why he's first phase pick/ban. It's just so annoying because they don't really, you don't want to, you can't ravage him. They didn't get the demonic purge off on him. They need the purge in order for that kill to, then
You might need blink on SD just to make that sort of play work. And right now he has about 2,200 gold away from a blink, which, if you've been keeping track, is about all the cost of a blink. So that's not going to happen anytime soon.
So look at poor Keita's net worth. This has to be one of the poorest at level 40 or at minute 40 heroes I've ever seen. Like in this new Dota where everyone gets so much
Hold that
money.
thought. Bottom lane, a fight will break out. Purge on Clankers. Keita is about to increase his net worth dramatically if he can secure some kills. The more important cores will get away. Clankers is certainly not going to be that lucky. Yeah, he's going to die. A little bit of gold going to Keita.
Set up on.
You are right. It's a 2v1, and Nyx gets bursted on down. 100-0 by Malefic and KU. There will be a charge through, looking perhaps for a little bit of vengeance, a little bit of closure, but instead Buffles is dying as well. Okay, he's not going to die quite yet, but again, this is a bit of a disaster right now. Perfin wants to clean things up with double damage room. He's got Blink Abyssal. KU has Lincoln's on cooldown. Abyssal to Techies instead. Techies will get mana voided down. KU's now actually to get the Morph up in time. He's going to lose one life if he goes down, and he certainly will go down. The problem is now, can you kill him a second time? And the answer is hell no. They'll disengage. I will say that the low net worth on Kate reminds me of the old days for supports. No money.
I know.
No money at all. Buy 2 praise for minute 50.
Yeah, it's fun to like some heroes that I haven't played in a long time. I go to my recent, like my 20 games recent list, and I have games from like 2013 on there, and it's just so funny to see the net worths of everybody in a 40-minute game. You have 400 GPM, and you're like the god of that game. You finish with 2 items.
I gotta know in the case of, like, good players, it's like, alright, the carry and maybe the mid will have good farm, but it's like, alright, Edmos is no money. Offlaner 300 GPM? Sure, why not? That was considered okay. There's a famous game, I think it's from TI2, where the commentators were gushing about how great Light of Heaven was playing on an offlane Beastmaster. I want you to guess what level it was at minute 10. It was level 2.
Offlane Beastmaster minute.
He was level
oh
2
gosh.
at minute 10. And I was like, oh my god, he's playing so well. He's level 2! Pattern gets Nether Strike there. Squid will go on in. And speaking of nasty, the Ice Blast will demolish Pattern. I miss the old Tri-Lane. Those are fun times. I mean, not for the offlaner or support players, but they don't matter.
That's where a lot of my Lich games came from, that time period where you would just deny a creep every wave and tri-lane them, and you just like auto won. It was so unfair.
I'm not sure if you ever ran the double deny lane of Lich Enigma, but that was like the Malk Classic.
Yeah.
It was just, actually no, it was the Cindering Classic, and it was just disgusting. Mixed up my Danish captains there a little bit, but we are just chilling though. We're waiting for our next fight right now. We are between fights. I mean, at this point, either team's game to win still. Neither team is in the driver's seat. It's still a very contested game right now.
Probability is climbing for the ladies. This Monkey King bar up on AM, which is a huge item. Nyx is going for E-Blade for more burst. Let me see. Octarine for SB. Doom has Refresher flying out. So they have Refresher, Doom, Refresher, Ice Blast, and Clankers is in danger. He's on a ward.
He's been hexed by Techies. Blastoff will be off the mark, and he blinks away in time, so a mis-execution by the dire side results in a Clanker's survival. Over to Buffles. He's been purged. It's now time for Spearbreaker to feel the pain. And pain he shall feel. In comes the Doom. It's reflected, though, so both Doom and Tide are now doomed. Buffles buys back. Perfin blinks in, but he's overextended. He's being chain stunned. He's been brought down. Squid looks to clean things up. They'll bring down KU. It's both carries in the grave. It's one more Doom again on Tide. He's been doomed twice in one fight. Feels bad, man. Malefic dead. Keita dead. It's only Tide, the lone survivor, and he'll survive for not too much longer. That'll be a full 5-man wipe. An ultra kill for Colonel Squid. And the ladies are now way in control.
Oh, I can't believe he didn't tip him. Damn, well played. Perfin did the Lord's work there. He blinked in and overextended. He looked so juicy. They used a ton of spells on him. And yeah, Tide got benched. I mean, really, is there a bigger middle finger screw you to a hero than getting doomed twice in one fight? That's rough for Tide. He might need to think about Lincoln's or something.
It's like, alright, I got Lotus, right? I reflected it. We're good. I'm not gonna get. I mean, he's doomed too. I'm problem solved. I removed Doom from the team fight. Oh wait, I've been doomed again.
Well played by Clankers. The Ice Blast was clutch there. Well played by the ladies. And so Roche could be up, by the way. So maybe a little bit of a mistake to kind of go high ground here. I would almost prefer if they just set up for Roche. I like the Ice Blast by Sharkosity though. Oh, it didn't
Well,
work.
it's Wukong's looking to defend. Boundless Strike, the opening salvo, going in on Squid, but Squid will actually dodge the dust. He'll now demolish Keita! Again, this is not going well at all. Blastoff hits on Squid, but now it's Pattern in a bit of danger. Charge forward, Techie is stunned, a move to Pattern, he's a little bit too tanky right now. Again, another Doom! But Pattern doesn't care, he's manning up anyways. He's going to bring down Clankers eventually. Problem is, might be a kill for Pattern again. Pattern is low, he's stunned by Nether Strike. We see AM respawning into the team fight. Ice Blast is on the way, but it misses! The cheese gets off in time, and now KU returns, Perfin returns, Perfin says, you know what, AA, you are dead. I will let you die. One T3 dies. I think a gem it changed hands like 3 times in that team fight. But again, it's going back the other direction.
Dang, that's a little bit of an overextension because now Roche is up, and based on the time, it basically had to spawn top. This was like a pretty quick respawn. So I think they could have just held this area. Now we're giving up another Roche. But that's okay. This is when the ladies are at their strongest. When they give 2 lives to I Miss Her, 2 lives to KU's Morphling, they can just win a fight anyway. Or just dodge and fight in 5 minutes.
And you're just getting more and more key items. There's already multiple hexes now on this Dire side. One on Tide, one on Techies. It's a game to buy hexes apparently, so it's gonna get hard. Meanwhile, mid lane, wait a minute, they caught Kobe alone on the Dire side. Tricamp, they brought him down on the Tide. Of course, it made this be Vengeance time. Problem is, locking down AM is hard. He counterspelled and blinked away. Got some Shadow Demon illusions for his trouble, and at that point, you run away.
So I didn't look. It was a refresher shard on Roche, which is in Monkey's backpack right now. I wonder if he will give it to Tide. Probably not, because he didn't even get 1 Ravage off in the last fight. So I don't know if he'll be able to think about using 2 Ravages. It might be better for double BKB, double ring on the Monkey.
I'm a little concerned that Monkey... I guess nobody can really use the refresher that well this game because of the AM mana burn is the problem, because... That's like, alright, you have the time to then slot in the refresher, because you already have 6 items. It's kind of awkward this game, especially if you're not, like, say, jumping in with the... Oh, wait a minute, Squid goes in on KU. Is it a soul? It's not going to be a soul. It is a solo kill! 100-0! It's a blast off on Squid. Icebox will be there on 3. It's fantastic! In comes both sides to this team fight at this point. Problem is there's no charge. Perfin will blink in, now looking to blink away once again. He'll counterspell.
They might
Okay,
go back
there's the charge. Hitting onto Keita. Perfin blinks into the middle of everything. He's completely out of mana. He'll get brought down, but in comes another Ice Blast. Hitting on 4, but where's the follow-up? Charge will be there. He needs to kill something on Buffles, but he simply cannot. KU looks to run down Spirit Breaker. It's Spirit Breaker and Ancient Apparition, the support duo looking to clean things up. They're not going to clean things up. Instead, Buffles has to run away. It's already lost. Absolute chaos again in the top lane, and a win for the title I Miss Her.
That was insane. The fact that he got bursted through the morph, he did get morph off on KU. He also has the shard, so he can always get it off. Yeah, he took a ton of damage there. I mean, it's good to get the Aegis out, but it might cost them buybacks if they want to hold their Raxes. I think the ladies... I think they could maybe even give up a Rax and just say, screw it. I think they have enough wave clear with SB being farmed and with AM. I think you just maybe give up the Rax. And I don't want them to buy back. I think they're going to need their buybacks if they want to go into the enemy high ground or win a big fight.
Well, it's going to be a charge to mid lane to cut the mid lane. Problem is there's still a top lane. Everybody will arrive to the top lane to bring down the barracks. We're holding buybacks for the time being. Perhaps they'll have to sack 2 sets of Rax here. KU and the Morph, of course, wants the mid ones. They do have it. They'll use it right now. We have AM and Doom in 15. At this point, they will hold their buybacks. KU waveforms away. Perhaps at this point, they're saying, you know what? We've extended far enough. We gotta win. We got the Rax. We don't need to do more than that.
Does have a refresher shard, by the way. So he might have to play the fight by just sitting way far in the back, and like, he might just have to blink Ravage, even if it's only one guy, just so that he gets it off, and he's not worried about the Doom. You know, if he can blink Ravage somebody, and then refresh and Ravage to cover it, I think they can kill somebody in that salvo of spells. And we're smoking top. They want Buffles. He's too annoying.
Problem is, he's still playing Spirit Breaker, so easier said than done. There's a gem. Wait a minute, they see him. They see him. They officially see him. The Shadow Demon is not quite in range, but they don't need him this time around. One more gem goes to the floor. Eventually, somebody will grab it. And at that point, you finally kill the Spirit Breaker.
He bought back like 7 minutes ago. I didn't realize, so he's on a long death timer.
They'll have buyback in a minute, which isn't all that long in the grand scheme of things, but that might just be one very long minute.
fights are going to be insane with double Ravage, double Doom, double Ice Blast.
It's going to be all 10 buybacks as well when Buffles gets his up, so there is certainly room for chaos.
It's going to come down to the execution, right? If they Doom and Ice Blast people, and AM is allowed to hit them, people will definitely die. But then there's Disruption, Counterplay, Ravage for potentially back... Oh!
Again, another solo kill attempt mid lane by Colonel Squid. A little bit off the mark this time around, and they will punish the Nyx. He does have a buyback, and he might just have to use it, because we all know where KU and company are headed. They're headed for that middle lane set of barracks, and perhaps more than that.
Yeah, no T3 towers are up, so that means that the base is Mr's Oyster. And they also don't have a glyph, and it will not reset. So, Monkey King doesn't have Ags, but he can push very easily. He's very strong. Ice Blast from an odd angle.
Yeah, I mean, it delays for the time being, but it's the buyback that matters. Squid has returned, so we're actually still waiting on Buffles for that 5v5 fight. He'll be alive in 24. I'm not trying to save at least one of the buybacks rather than both of the buybacks, but... Again, the one buyback worked. The most the Radiant will lose is the range racks. But even then, that should still survive. Minute 52, and at this point, IMSR are one pivotal team fight win away from breaking this game wide open, but that fight's never easy.
The Nyx buyback is huge. Not only, like, obviously it's big because they can kill him, but he has, like, no defensive items, and there's no save, really, from the ladies. So if Colonel Squid is out of position and he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, he's going Ags next, so he can sit in the back. But, like, I don't know. They have Hexes. He is in a lot of danger. He has to play very safe or just super risky and hope that...
Oh, the Blink Ravage! It's already on to AA and Animate into one other Ravage! AM is dead, Ancient Apparition is dead. They've both got buybacks, and they're both going to have to use them. AA buys back, AM is holding his Blink Doom there on a pattern. AM returns to the game, Ice Blast will be there only on a tide that are charged through. It's on 3, in goes Clankers, refreshing again. Techies falls, Clankers wants to lower Doom, but he's being chain stunned. He's being chain stunned. He'll now Doom the tide in time, it's only a tide. Clankers buys back, Burfin heads in for Pattern. Pattern will get saved by Kata for the time being, but he's still in a bit of danger. He'll be looking to run away. KU is looking for a charge angle. Buffle charges in as well as charge on charge action. KU goes for Squidward. Squidward's half HP. Clankers goes in, stunning with the neutral Centaur stop at this point. Kobe dies. He'll buy back. Buffle charge is sitting on 2. Minable to be there, and KU's entirely out of man. He's trying to run away, but Purpose is running him down. Clankers clicks in as well. Converted Morphling. The Morphling is actually going to die here in the back lines. The trade. No, it's not even a trade at all. It's Pattern dead as well. It's an absolute disaster. Shadow Demon dead. Everybody's down. It cost you a lot of buybacks. But it's an absolutely major win for the ladies.
The double refresh from Tide came in clutch. Blink, Ravage onto the AM and the AA. It secured them, the ranged racks, and the big thing is, let me see, can I even see? So AM, Doom, and AA all had to buy back. Yeah, so...
But the problem is, all these dire heroes are also going to have to buy back here. SD, Monkey King, Morph, if they don't buy back, you're losing Throne, I think, so... It's going to be a trade of buybacks.
Well, we'll see. I mean, surely they have to buy
There we go, all 3 buybacks. It's time to catch. They're looking for buybacks in their own base. They'll focus onto Anti-Mage. Ice Blast is on 4! Fantastic from Sharkosity, but Pervin's still in danger. He's trying to blink away. In comes the Hunt. He's invis, but he's dusted. Counterspell will not save him. He's dead for more than 2 minutes. That's a verified dieback, and barring a miracle defense, this game is extraordinarily over right now. Oh, the one creep! Yeah. The one creep lived!
We've still got the Spirit Breaker to maybe do some crazy charges on the creep waves to keep backdoor protection up. That's another one for the ladies. Like, surely they have buybacks on iMr, and Roche could have respawned as they were hitting that. I probably would have liked to see them maybe...
Squiz going in for a kill on Malefic. He'll get it, but it might cost him his life. He got the creep as well, so 1 hero dead, and more importantly, the 1 creep is dead. Squid will die for it, but again, there's no wave in the middle lane. Problem is, they're still away from the top lane. They could not clear out the top creeps. Buffles charges in. He'll walk away. It's a 3v4 defense. Rabbit will be there onto two of the defenders. Spearbreaker is the primary target. He'll get hexed and brought down. He's the only hero in the game with buyback right now. They'll have the clankers. He's banished. It's a 3v4 still. There's a new line pattern. Charge through. The pattern's absolutely fine. Clankers with the fresh dooming the Shadow Demon. Now head over to KU. Ice Blast.
Yeah,
It'll
on,
be there. It's fantastic on 2 cores. But is enough damage into another Ice Blast hitting on 3 cores. But Wukong's is still on the floor. Clankers is dead. All 3 cores have diebacked. You need to hold for 45 more seconds, and I'm not quite sure how you can do it. Charge through, there onto Keita, but Keita still remains alive. KU heads in for Sharkosity. Sharkosity somehow still alive, the Glimmer Cape. He's into his fountain. Nair Strike on Kobe, into the Radiant Fountain. He'll die to the fountain. It's now a 2v3. There's no way to defend, or is it possible? Tier 4s are dying. AM in 20 seconds. KU focuses, looking for the throne. Both Tier 4s down. Charge through, hits on Morphling, hits on Monkey. Morphon's throne, Ice Blast is on the way, and it'll miss KU. KU's waveforming, heading the Buffles, but the throne remains alive. AM is alive in 10. Throne's half HP. KU for throne. He's hitting it. 1/3 HP. Nair Strike. Buff by Lincoln's. Waveform through. KU hitting. Throne dying. Throne dying. Throne dead. Game 1. It's a 56-minute epic victory for I Miss Her.
Benched. Oh, well played. Well played by I Miss Her. Getting that Nyx on buyback was great, and the kill on Anti-Mage, that was just great coordination. The mass buybacks, instant TPs, and it just led into that 4v5 and then eventually like 3v5 fight that is pretty much impossible for the ladies to win at that point. Man, I feel like you were casting an insane fight for like 3 minutes straight. It did not slow down. That was intense. Get some water, Badger. Well done.
I got my industrial size water bottle, don't worry. But this is a fantastic opening to what will be potentially a very long VO5 if game 1 is any indication. I am going to cut to a break though. Have any final words for the people before we cut to a break?
Do what I'm gonna do. Go grab a beer and let's get ready for game 2.
All right, my name's Badger, again joined by Simon. We'll see you soon for game number 2. Greetings and salutations once again. We are here for game number 2 of the ladies versus I Miss Her and the lads little grand finals. My name is Badger. I am joined by Simon, though he will be gone for I think the next 2 or 3 minutes. He has something to need to urgently take care of that I'm sure will be taken care of quite soon. So we'll be flying solo temporarily. Surprise, surprise! Similar heroes banned out in the draft. I Miss Her are coming off of a game 1 win, so they will have to go with a different strategy with Morphling banned out. So what is going to not get banned? Because the other bans were Batrider and Spearbreaker also banned. So Bat available, Techie's still available. Techies will get locked in here. I don't want to talk about Techies. I really don't. It's a good hero. Good in lane. It's good after the lane. It's good at all levels of Dota, from the tippy top of the pro scene to probably the lowest depths of like 0.1k. It's good. Just pick Techies. If you have no moral compass, just pick Techies. The response will be Shadow Demon, so even though there will be no Spearbreaker to counter this time around, it still can play with a number of KU's preferred heroes. If you get a hero like TB, for example, that plays very well with the Shadow Demon. It's also, again, a hero that can lane pretty well into the techies. I mean, heroes that can interrupt him during Blastoff are quite valuable. Lich comes to mind as probably like the platonic ideal of like Sinister Gaze canceling Blastoff pretty easily, but again, Disruption, similar effect. And it will be Tidehunter. I am taking notes right now. This Tide hero, very good in the hands of these KU stacks. Very deadly. And again, it makes sense. I mean, for those who remember the days of antiquity back in earlier lads, it's sort of like middle period, like season 6, 7, 8 sort of time. Season in, season out, there was a man, League of Legends, aka Kobe, on a very tanky, very disruptive green Tower Sieger. That hero was, of course, Death Prophet, but he's basically playing Tide as if he's DP, so what's the difference at a certain point, right? And apparently, Clankers just came out of an emergency meeting with his main, of course, his main brain trust partner in Xerioscape, and he says, "You know what? It's an emergency meeting. We're gonna go and we're gonna go do better this time. It's gonna be Doombringer once again by the ladies." It was, I believe, either 23 or 24 picked last game. This time it will end up being 8 picked, saying, you know what? Want the Doom. We liked it into the Tide last game. If you're picking Tide earlier, we'll pick Doom earlier.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
I mean, we saw in some of the fights that the ladies won. It was Clankers dooming Kobe, and occasionally doing him again, saying, you know what? You're not playing Dota. You're getting put in the bench. Getting doomed for 30 seconds. We shall see. We shall see.
5 seconds remaining.
We, of course, have some bans going out. Some very cool heroes like Lone Druid, Windrunner, and Slark. Some real fun heroes, of course, being bans. Bloodseeker as well. Again, Bloodseeker was banned out game 1 in the first phase even, so clearly a hero valued enough to be a first phase ban in the series, now a second phase ban. And the one other hero that was first phase banned game 1 that has not been contested is that Batrider. Again, I'm not the best hero into Tide SD. So maybe you're thinking, all right, the ladies don't want it anymore. And if I miss her don't want it either, then we perhaps just won't see a Batrider this game. And clearly, I mean, the ladies, they value the anti-mage. Even though they picked AM last game, they banned it out this game, saying, you know what, we clearly respect the power of the hero, we don't want to play it this game, and we certainly don't want you playing it this game, so it'll get banned on out. It'll get removed. No more AM in our Dota game. No more Deuce either, apparently.
I'm back. Thanks for holding it for me, Badger.
Welcome back, Simon. Well then, we get a Pugna, which is likely going to be the 4 support pick this game for Baltic. Though, potentially, if we're feeling real rowdy, that could be a mid laner.
I definitely like support Pugna against those two heroes. For the Nether Ward is pretty good against techies because he casts a lot of high mana cost spells. And then the healing from Life Drain on somebody who is doomed is a potential counter. So it's a decent pick. Malefic can play greedy on it and blast waves and get some items. So Tide moved up to the first phase, and Techies was stolen by the ladies, and they first phased the Doom, which I think that was a smart thing. I think that I Miss Her would have banned the Doom in the second phase.
Yeah, 100%.
And Spearbreaker and Morphling banned. So okay, I'm caught up now. I'm caught up.
It's one of those. The Tide went earlier. It's like, all right, if we want the Doom, we better grab it now. Better move fast. It was a going soon. Closing sale on Doombringer. You better buy it now before it's out of stock.
Alright, so what do they pick here? They see the enemy off lane in the Pugna and the Tide, most likely, so they could probably pick a 5 and a carry. Disruptor is a classic against Tide because he cannot crack and shell the Static Storm, so it is hard for him to get his Ravage off.
The problem is, I don't know what you would want as carry. The heroes you'd want are banned. Slark, maybe AM, maybe Bloodseeker. They're all gone.
Dusa would have been good.
Dusa would have been good.
Dusa was a good ban.
Maybe you just go for a hero who can reliably go to the jungle like minute 5, minute 6, and just accept the lane is lost.
You could also double down and pick something like a Monkey King or an Ursa who can keep hitting the Tide, and their passive helps them deal with the Kraken Shell, because the more they hit him, either they get the lifesteal for Monkey and the bonus damage, or of course with Ursa, he just keeps doing more damage as he hits you. So
I like Monkey. I don't think Ursa's a viable hero currently, though. If there is a game, actually, no, this is not. But even though it's good into Tide, it's terrible into Pugna, it's terrible into SD, it's terrible in general. We go for a similar style of hero, though. Where again, you mentioned Monkey, you mentioned Ursa. Again, Troll with the Fervor passive, similar concept, but unlike Monkey King, unlike especially Ursa, Troll Warlord can be a ranged hero.
10 seconds remaining.
I agree. Both of those, the heroes I said before, the Shadow Demon and Pugna would have owned him. Decrepify is still annoying for Troll, but there is the potential for him to maybe go that Ags build, where the throwing axes dispel enemies, so you could dispel people who are decrepified and then kill them.
I was gonna say Pugna SD still definitely own Troll still, but
yeah.
you can eventually buy tools, whether it's the Ags or
this hero. He just feels so bad when you turn your ulti on and lose because you pushed your ulti, right? Like, it stinks. It stinks for sure. But it's one of Perfin's favorite heroes. I wonder if he will go Battle Fury. I'm pretty sure he'll go Battle Fury.
I guess one of those Troll Warlord catch-22 scenarios in which you need to press your ulti to win Dota, but sometimes pressing ulti loses you Dota. It's like, oh, what do I do now? Oh yeah, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, this is what we have been waiting for. It's the classic. For those who have been around, you know what you're seeing. It's PDX.KU on the Terrorblade. He is for the last 7 seasons of Lads, perhaps the most consistently feared hero of any player-hero combination has been this KU Terrorblade. He's won 2 Lads with it. He's made, I think, 4 top 3s or 4 top 4s. It's been banned out first phase by a number of very good captains. And you're playing it with Shadow Demon as an 18 pick. It's going to be a scary, scary game for the ladies.
the Terrorblade matchup against Troll is quite good, I believe, because he's ranged, right? Meta is strong. Sundering, I mean, you can't sunder the Troll because potentially you're both like super low HP, but sundering people who are doomed, right, is a potential save. Also, yeah, this is like it's KU's best hero, probably, right? Like
Undoubtedly,
easily his best hero.
undoubtedly
Yeah.
his best hero, and KU doesn't save teammates. He's not gonna save teammates. He's gonna go to the Roshan pit. It's gonna be eventually. It's gonna be 3 items in the Roshan pit. He'll grab all 3 items. He just cheese. I remember there was a game. I think it was season 6 or 7, in which at the time I think they were called like Sheesh or something. They killed 4 Roshans, and of the 4 Roshans, all the items but one went to KU. You get like 9 out of 10 Roshan items. It was wild.
That's funny. He did take the Aegis both times last game, even though Monkey was on dieback. It was probably the right choice, though, for the morph. He was scary for him last game. So not only do they have just KU on his signature hero, but also a Shadow Demon disrupting him and potentially making it really hard to like fight into them if they're set up at an objective. The wave clear is not great from Disruptor and Doom. Techies is okay, but he kind of has to place a mine, you know. So like disrupting a meta TB and getting those illus hitting towers or hitting objectives is quite fearsome, I would say.
I think what we need is a hero from our man Colonel Squid who can be disruptive. Because I mean, if you don't do anything on this Radiant side, Dire have a very obvious gameplay. You farm it up, and then you play these sort of like set piece slow sieges in which you use disruption on TB, make some illusions, use the mantle, use conjure image, you hit the buildings, you throw in a meteor hammer, and with like this tanky tide and TB illusions and plug in the blast, you are going to lose your buildings. So it's going to be on. It's going to specifically be on this Colonel Squid hero to stop exactly that from happening in the mid game. And if you don't do that, you either need to A, win the lanes hard enough to outpower them and ensure they can't get to their set B slow sieges, or B, lose the game. And I think B's not a very good option, so.
I wonder if we'll see Zeus. Pugna Netherward owns the Zeus, but they don't have any jump, right? None of these heroes have the best jump. So Zeus is a classic to Terrorblade. He played Meepo yesterday also, Colonel Squid did, so I have no idea if this is a good Meepo game, but I'm just throwing that out there. Could be fun to see. But Zeus seems decent, or maybe a nuking mid, maybe the new Lina, right? With the new magic build on Lina. Oh, it is Meepo.
Meepo! There's been a number of, I think one hero that's going to definitely be on the rise next season is Meepo. There are a number of players in LADs that have been playing a lot of Meepos in their pubs recently. Squid is one of them. Andy Bendy's another. There's a Meepo Spammer Neutral League coming in next season. So next season may just be the season of Meepo, and it's a great preview for that.
Yeah, so the new Meepo build that I have seen is, I mean, they still get Dragonlance. I've seen Manta with a Meepo, but it's all about the Ags and getting the Mega Meepo. Because you have like 7,000 HP or something. I mean, maybe he had a Scotty in that game that I saw where he had 7k HP. But you just become super, super tanky on the Meepo, and that's a Monkey King mid, it looks like, to smack the Meepo. I wonder how that matchup goes. I feel like Meepo probably does okay once he gets his second guy. But they do have the AoE, right? The Ring plus the Ravage could be scary for Meepo. Unless he just mans up in it with his Mega Meepo mode, with his Ultron, whatever, Power Rangers, Power Up, Mega Meepo. I'm excited. I'm excited for Meepo.
If nothing else, this could be another very... this could be another very, very long game. From what I've seen
no,
recently...
don't say that. Don't curse us.
No, it's not a curse. It's an observation, guy. I've seen a number of these Meepo games go very, very long recently. Which almost goes against like traditionally what Meepo would do. Usually Meepo he would win fast, and if he doesn't win fast, he'll just lose the game. But I've seen a lot of these like more modern Meepo games go pretty late, so it'll be interesting to see what happens today. I think I still prefer this Dire side draft, but I just like the way they work from a macro level. I think they have a very easy draft to play, and they're very familiar with playing these heroes. So as a result, I will actually favor them to go up 2-0 here.
I'm gonna call the Squid pop-off game 17-3 and lose.
I called that as the best case scenario last game. We didn't even get that. We didn't even get 17-3 and lose. We got like what? Like 17-10 and lose?
Yeah. He did play well in the Knicks. I think the ladies, I think they could have won the last game. I don't know about should have, but I think they definitely were in a good spot to win. Right? They stalled out the I miss her's early timing, and so we'll see if they can do it again. They can stall out that early aggression that we know is going to come out.
Either way, welcome on in again if you are just joining us. Welcome to game number 2 of the lads weekend tournament grand finals. It is a best of 5. We're coming on into game number 2. I miss her won game 1 in a, I believe, 56-minute epic. It was pretty long, pretty epic. My name is Badger. I'm once again joined by tournament organizer, lads player, lads caster Simon, and hopefully we'll be in for a fun game number 2.
Tournament organizer sounds so official. I love it. Thank you. Both teams are just holding the high grounds.
Hey, what kind of
Except for Squid, who's just
That's
sitting
exactly what
sitting
they
mid.
did. He was pump faking his poof up in the tower just for fun. So before we get started, one of the turning points of last game was that crazy Roche interaction where at 35 minutes he left the bottom pit to take the gate to go top, and I believe that team I miss her KU stack, I believe they cheated. They turned their cheats on to make Roshan come back to them. So that is now evidence number 2 for them cheating. They dodged an ice blast in Roche, and then they made Roche come back to them. So we'll see how they cheat this game.
We shall see. We shall see. I'm ready to see the new cheating tech. You know, that's what we're here for. You know, how could they use Steve cheat even harder?
In all seriousness, that I mean that Roche bug is so rough because they would have been all set up top through the gate. Like it would have been borderline impossible, I think, for I miss her to go through that gate and contest that Roche. They would have had to TP and their potential to get picked off. So, we're tri-laning bottom maybe. We're trying to kill the tide early.
Temporarily, for now, at the very least, where we'll at least go for a first blood before they leave the tri-lane. But yeah, it is Pugna in a bit of danger. It is, we have Glimpse in 10 seconds. I don't even think Glimpse will be needed. It's Blood Grenade into Blood Grenade. But Pugna's a very fast hero. And he'll barely die. No uphill mischance this time around. The Courier will, I believe, die as well. However, top lane, recognizing Clankers is alone, they'll just run him on down there with the Metamorphosis on the Terrorblade. So it's 1-for-1 across the map. But I think even though raiding out the first blood, losing Clankers is not a good thing there.
It's definitely not good. A free kill to Terrorblade on his first meta. Quite strong. They just disrupted him and then walked right next to him and hit him. Yeah, Clankers just misses a full wave of CS. And Perfin has taken heavy damage bottom. And
he dies! I was not expecting that. I was even looking at that. I was not ready for that mentally. I'm surprised.
They just clicked him down, and I didn't see what Kobe skilled first, but I think he might have gotten level 2 and then hit him with a gush under the tower. It was enough damage. 110 damage versus his 45 HP at the time.
What can you do?
Yeah. So we picked this troll disruptor lane into the Pugna tide. So in theory, you should be able to body these guys a little bit, or at least come even. So not a great start to that lane.
But in practice, Tide and Pugna are very fair and balanced heroes. Therefore, it's easier said than done.
Yeah, definitely. Squid has stacked his medium camp right by his tier 1 tower here, getting set up to take it with his level 4 probably.
Makes sense.
I'm curious to see how this lane goes. Monkey King is bodying him so far, but I think Meepa will pull out in the later levels.
This is how bad will it be before he gets to that point? Because again, you're seeing whenever he tries to even go for the poof to get Security's last hits, Pattern will attempt to cancel the boundless strike. And at that point, it's like, alright, a bad lane goes from bad to worse, because you can't even say use spell secure range troops anymore. I am really scared I'm going to miss kill bottom lane. We are on kill watch bottom lane again. I am nervous for Sarcosity.
That's the Bloodbath lane.
And that's why I'm nervous for Sarcosity. They're going in right on now, and he's already dead. I had like that sinking feeling in my stomach that he's about to die. It paid off.
Obi is a menace on this tide. It might be, like, it honestly might be first phase ban worthy, or, like, maybe steal worthy. Even just to see how they counter it, or what they think is best against it.
It's one of those things where, again, Tide might just be a very highly contested hero where he's a reliable impact hero, and you can use reliable impact heroes sometimes.
Squid has recovered his mid. He's even with Monkey King after farming this medium camp with his stacked medium camp. So it definitely looks like he knows what to do in a potentially losing matchup. Although his other Meepo is taking a bunch of damage from these skeletons.
What can you do?
I'm
Over to
getting
bottom
stressed just
lane.
watching it.
Malefic is incredibly low. He'll use the Healing Lotus and he'll have a stick as well. Meanwhile, top lane, Buffles dies to KU. Somehow Malefic managed to heal up all that damage. Back to the top lane again, those Clankers. Accepting his death, trying to bring down KU and Keita with him. He'll bring down Keita, but he'll dive for it. So KU, the big winner, sole experience on Clankers dying. 2 kills for TB. And TB, even though he's not doing that well on CS, he has 3 kills. He's having a fantastic game.
Levels are big on Terrorblade. Once you get, like, you know, level 2, level 3 Conjure Image, I mean, he's so happy to go hit the jungle and just send Illuze down the waves. Picked up a Bracer even early on the Terrorblade, feeling a little afraid of getting bursted by the techies, I guess, which is interesting. And Buffles might be going down again. Look, I think...
Yeah, 3 stacks poison.
Points in disruption.
Got 4 stacks poison even, and patterns on the rotation. They'll move the Clankers and say, you know what? We don't want Buffles. We want the more important kill. Blast off with the way patterns jump, but that stick will still be there. Clankers gets body blocked by Keita Bacon. That's going to be a kill on the Doombringer from the rotation from pattern. And again, it's more poisons on techies. There's not enough mana for the kill by this point. It's certainly a 1 lane for TB. Over to bottom lane again. It's looking pretty good for the Dire side in this lane as well. Troll is CSing, but he's been taking a lot of damage in this lane so far.
He's almost got his phase boots up on Troll. He'll be able to hit a little better, but I think Sharkovsky might be going down.
It'll be close. And not quite enough for the kill, but again, let's turn to Perfin. And that play's like, alright, your support can't save you because he's injured. I'll hit you now. Problem solved. Over in the Dire side jungle, support on support violence. Buffles v Keita, and Keita is certainly losing it so far. Buffles has blast off. Keita will attempt to dodge it. He will fail to do so. Down goes Shadow Demon. Pattern wants vengeance. He goes forward down the strike, needs 1 more hit, and will get Jingu off the last hit. So Pattern, very happy, saying, you know what, I got a free kill, I got a free haste rune, and I got Jingu. Let's go run at Meepo, shall we? And he will. He'll run at Meepo for a little bit.
Those deaths always stink as a support. Like, you're doing the right thing, you're going to contest the rune, sometimes you just die.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Wait a minute, Pattern's going top lane. I think Radiant's... I don't think they saw him actually on that... I don't think they will cover that, actually. But they shouldn't know he's there. He'll have the Primal Spring forward to slow up Clankers. Clankers, again, is in danger. He's got 5 stick charges, but the stick will not delay or even stop the death in any way, so he'll save his charges. That's now 8 kills for I Miss Her, and...
They're abusing Clankers up here. It started because of their early first blood on Pugna, which left him solo. And Wisdom Rune. We'll see if Keita can battle Buffles for this rune. Oh, Buffles is...
Blast off. Oh, he still got it! He still got it! That's both Wisdom Runes for the I Miss Her side. If Buffles need that rune desperately. Maybe he'll get the kill on Keita, but again, KU says that not so easily. I'm still going to attempt to reflect and save my teammate. Not that it saved him, but again, the Wisdom Rune is definitely worth his life there on SD.
Yeah, great play. Slightly mistimed by Buffles. He was even set up with his ward, but just like, I mean, that was like a second too late. I mean, like a 10th of a second too late. Oh, KU in trouble. Colonel Squid
That's
made the
Meepo rotation. He already skilled, so there's no ability to skill Sunder at this point. He'll stick. He'll have Pattern coming on in. KU somehow still alive. He now takes down the Scorched Earth, but it will at the very least be a counter kill on Clankers if Dire have their way. But again, Clankers is actually not all that squishy. He'll walk away in time. Big kill on KU, and again, KU decided to put all his skill points into skills, did not save a skill point for Sunder, and got punished for it.
He thought he could get that tower for sure with his meta plus the siege creep. I mean, it did eventually die, but that was a great TP from Squid in order to secure that kill. It honestly might not be the worst that this tower is dead. Maybe Clankers can get a little bit of farm up here. They just kind of hold the wave
Middle
mid.
lane, Meepo's
Good.
being gone on. It'll get the other Meepo away to the fountain in time. Over to the bottom lane, meanwhile, it's a 2v2, potentially breaking out as well. Tide is one creep from Ravage. He's about to get it. He's waiting for that one creep. He just can't obtain the one creep. Perfect will get stunned anyways. There's the Ravage. He'll skill it, hitting it on 2. Last hit there, correction, only on 1. But the important target was hit. Perfin is dead. Poor Disruptor. They're just going to run him down. It's patterned again on the rendezvous from the north side. Much like last game, just running down Sharkosity. Though, again, he survived. Kinetic field and walk away. It's apparently enough.
Or down, though.
The core down, tower down, happiness down. But you do have Meepo.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, okay. I thought Meepo was taking mid a little faster. He is getting farm though. The map is hard for the ladies now though, with their side lane tier 1 towers both being dead. And Meepo is maybe in danger. Middle, he's poofing. No disruption.
Yeah, I mean, Meepo is definitely a crafty cat to catch. Never an easy time. And again, they'll do their best to lock him down, but it's only going to get harder as, again, Meepo will acquire more stats. He'll acquire more items. And again, with the Ags, maybe a Hex later on, that'll be very annoying to go on him.
They do only have the Boundless Strike plus the Disruption as, like, stuns. Unless you want to Ravage one Meepo poofing, right? So, he can feel pretty safe on Meepo, actually, in playing in that manner.
Yeah, I told you in the draft, it's Meepo season, potentially. And again, speaking of Meepo, he's going to walk into 2. Blast off hits only on Keita. Wukong's on the floor. Buffles is in severe danger. Poison hits. Buffles will take down to 1 more poison stack, and that will secure the kill. Keita gets the kill there. But more importantly, Colonel Squid's Meepo gets away.
Meepo's gonna have to win a fight with his Diffusal. I believe his Dragon Lance is flying out, which you buy just for the plus stats. It's efficient on the Meepo. But he's gonna have to make some plays with that Diffusal and like win some fights, because Terrorblade is getting large quickly. I mean, he's like looking at like maybe a 15 or 16 minute Manta style, which is insane. He's already level 8.
It's not only him as well. I mean, look at Pattern. Pattern's off. I mean, it's all 3 cores. Much like last game, all 3 cores pull ahead early on. And it's Monkey Tide, TB, top 3 net worth. Oh wait, mid lane, we're going in for Pattern. Pattern gets the jingle. Oh, the good dodge with the Mischief! Prevents a ton of damage. I don't think the kill happens anyways, but the Mischief dodge, it's not happening at all.
That's just a flashy play. Well done by Pattern. Not in any danger at all. Mid tower is gone.
Speaking of danger, bottom lane, the fight breaks out there as well, but there's no glimpse. It already was used. So as a result, the Pugna will simply walk away, get a D ward for good measure, and again, we are not done with action. It's time for some more action bottom lane, it appears.
I love how I miss her is positioning. They're just all posted up in this jungle, even terribly, right?
Speaking of positioning, they'll position their way middle lane towards the Meepo. They want Colonel Squid, and they will get Colonel Squid. Meepo town, much like last game, in comes the tips. Because why not? Why not KU? Over to Techies. He gets life drained by the Pugna, though. Not quite enough damage for the kill.
This positioning is so oppressive from I Miss Her, because all their tier 1 towers are up. Clankers is farming top, but he can't show on that wave. He'll die. Like, he can't show in front of the tower or he'll die. And KU just being here and, like, shoving his illusions down their throat is so hard for... I mean, Perfin has no space. He is a league away from his Battle Fury. His Battle Fury is a distant dream right now. He's got Cornucopia only.
He's more than a league. He's more than a league at this point. He's like a league and a smite and a Monday Night Brawl at this point. He's that far away from the Battle Fury, man.
That's funny. Throw a Pokemon Unite in there as well. It's looking rough for Perfin.
But it is time for, once again, a bit of a united fight bottom lane. A bit of 3v4 in the works. Pugna Ward is dead, but we see our man, Big Bad Watermelon, just ruining the day for our good friend, the bottom tier 2 tower.
So finally, Static Storm is up on Disruptor, and level 6 is available for Techies. So they do have burst potential inside the Static Storm, I think, provided that Keita does not get his disruption off and save people. But I mean, I don't know if to kill Tide they need Troll or Meepo hitting him.
Seems like ladies have overextended looking for a D ward. Buffles certainly will die, but can it be a good fight? Static Storm is pretty fantastic. SD is being focused by Meepo. He's brought down to 1-for-1 so far. Doom be there on Tide. So there's no more Tide. Dota 2 for the next 15 seconds. Clankers looks to run him down, but Tide remains quite tanky. Pugna does half of the HP on one of the Meepo, though, and still is fighting. Pugna is now running away. The net will be there onto the main Pugna. Won't get his life, bringing the other weakened to Meepo. KU stuck in the kinetic field. Glimpse will be there onto the Tide. Tide's Doom has ended. Squid. One Meepo is very low down, still full HP. In comes Perfect, but in comes KU. Meteor Hammer on to Squidward's in danger. Squidward somehow gets away, but it's now Clankers and Perfect in the fight. Buffles reflex into the fight. Malphite goes down. Everybody's dying. Perfect is low. Perfect is dead. Buffles is dead. Clankers is still fighting. Bipolar Kid of Kobe gets sundered by his teammate. The selfless play by KU. So it's Clankers to fall. Sharkosity on the run. The Gush will secure his fate when that comes out. Tumbler's Toy into Gush, into Anchor Snash. A massive team fight win for iMisser. Surprise, surprise. And again, we want one more Meepo. He has the poof. He'll get away. But that will not save the fate of the team fight. It's another dire-sided win.
He could have maybe ravaged into Meteor Hammer to kill the Meepo there, but not worth it. But Malefic is the MVP of that fight. He stood in the trees. Only one Meepo could hit him at a time, and he would just life drain. He lived for like so long and made Squid waste all his time trying to kill him, and it was totally hopeless. And the rest of his team cleaned up. KU with a full duration meta hitting people the whole time. Manta complete on him.
Oh no, they found Perfin mid lane. Ravage. He'll glimpse away the Tide, but Perfin still being dove. Ulti's on cooldown. His life will be on cooldown. Goodbye, Perfin. Delay the B Fury for another minute. Why not? Yeah. This is similar to last game the way it started, but the lead is growing faster than last game.
And last game they had Anti-Mage with a timely Battle Fury, so he could kind of cut waves and be out on the map, and the Spear Breaker with the OP charging around.
Oh, we aren't done yet. Sharkosity's dead. Meepo's in the team fight. The Meepo is now running the 4-man blast off from Buffles, allowing Squid to successfully retreat. Clankers has Doom in 15. And again, it's only Disruptor dead. Pattern just absolutely annihilated him, but again,
he literally
Meepo
one
lived.
shot almost.
It was very close, yeah.
He took a little bit of damage from the Nether Ward, and then a Monkey King Boundless plus a Maelstrom proc killed him. Rough one for Sharkosity.
Again, you and I have been there. Sometimes you just die.
Yep. So sometimes you are just a creep to the enemy team.
That's why. That's why I was playing Abaddon Tree, because if you play Abaddon Tree, it doesn't happen to you. We survive 2 hits. Either way, we're not done yet. Tide has Ravage on cooldown, but Dire have the will to fight. Clankers, big man Clankers, is slowed bottom lane, decrept by the Pugna. Squid is on the way. The Doom will be there on the Terror Blade. Blast off hits onto Pugna down. Still no Ravage for the Tide. He's slowed by Squid. In comes Perfect, another fall up slow. Disruption defensively comes in from Keita. Squid has a ton of damage, and that will be a death onto the Kobe Tidehunter. So 2 down. KU's Doom has ended, but Radiant know where he is on the east side towards the Roshan pit. Keita backs him up, but he's glimpsed all the way into the kinetic field. He has Sunder, can't get off in time. At that point, wait, Squid found the Shadow Demon as well. So at that point, it's 4 dead. A triple kill for the champion Colonel Squid. And again,
the Meepo fight they
the game turns it around.
He's going Ags next on Meepo. That level 12 timing was everything, actually, for Squid. He came in with the 3 Meepos, and that's just enough with the 3, what is this passive called? The 3 ransack stacks happening, you know, and then the 3 poofs for all the pure damage. Great fight from them. A little overextended. I mean, their tower is dead already down here, but it's a really big deal for them anytime they can kick iMisser out of an area, because now Troll gets to farm this whole time. He's farming backwards, getting all these camps. Maybe he can farm a wave or 2. His Battle Fury is finally completed. Buffles has had some great blast-offs as well, huh? He's had a couple 2 or 3 or 4-man blast-offs. So
He has, yeah. It's again, it's a not that big of an AOE, so hitting out like 2 heroes isn't that unheard of. But 3 and 4 man blast offs, it's just fantastic.
And also of note, Buffles is a master tier Techies player, and that means that he was one of the degenerate Techies players who played the old Techies a bunch. So maybe
Yeah.
I mean he's making use of the new hero, the new reworked hero, who's annoying in a different way now. Annoying just because he's strong.
Well, here we go again. Bit of a sweeping the map being done by I Miss Her. They'll again head for Clankers. He's got Midas from 4 seconds. He needs to get the Midas off in time. He's looking for a creep. If he can Midas, it'll be fine. Can he Midas? No, he cannot. Disaster for Clankers.
Into Roche. Meta's up. Meta plus Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon max disruption, by the way. You almost never see this, where a Shadow Demon will not max Shadow Poison. But I quite like the skill build this game. Disruption for lower cooldown, but also higher damage on the Terrorblade illusions when he does make them. And also Disseminate. Disseminate is a really good spell. There's definitely a lot more applications than you would think, right? Like putting it onto the Tide or onto the Terrorblade as they go in does a ton of AoE damage, you know? So, I like his skill build from Keita. Roche down, a freebie.
It's not entirely free. It was a trade of a tier 1-4 Roshan, which again, you certainly favor the Roshan end of that equation, but it was a trade nonetheless.
That is true. I mean, not only that, but they did get... I mean, they need this time to farm from the ladies, you know? Squid's farmed a bunch. Perfin is... What is his next item going to be? Straight into the BKB. It makes sense. He just needs to be able to fight. And Clankers has got the Octarine Midas combo going up. He can Midas every minute, plus a little bit.
It is going to be a little bit scary, though. That's the thing that I mentioned in the draft. I was scared of that timing where TB was ready to fight. You've got SD Illusions, you have Tide online. Wait, bottom lane, they'll go in for Squid. Bit of a long shot to get the kill on that one. He'll run away. But actually, all his peoples are here, so you can't juke too far. Glimpse will bring, I believe, the Tide away from the team fight for the time being. Banishment will be there onto, I believe, Clankers. Yeah, now it's Doom will be the main target. He'll get away in this case. He did not want to ravage the solo Doom. In hindsight, maybe he should have, but regardless, nobody dies.
Something that I have thought of, and something that I would like to do more, if you're against like a Terrorblade, or I can't think of another like transformation hero, but like maybe Death Prophet. Oh, maybe KU's in trouble.
Sven.
Hey, did they all port bottom? Sven as well, yeah. So when those teams take Roche with their carry who uses their transformation spell, they're a little weak after, you know. So that might be like the ideal time to go pick a fight. And the ladies were set up. They probably could have taken that fight. Terrorblade didn't want to come to it. He didn't have meta, but they're farming instead, which is not bad. It's just something that I've been thinking about strategically, you know? Like that maybe you just smoke and go crazy, even though they just took Roche, you know, because their big spell is down.
It certainly catches some teams off guard where, again, sometimes you get the Aegis. It's like, alright, we can sweep the map once or twice before we go for a push. At that point, they might have me fully grouped as 5.
Squid is taking the Tormentor solo with Meepo.
Yeah, Meepo is
among... Well,
he does, you're right. But again, Meepo is among the very best Tormentor takers in the game, if not the best. I mean, it's probably between like Meepo and TA right now. And again, Meepo is it's free from Meepo.
Yeah, he gets free lifesteal. The damage gets dispersed amongst all his clones. So let me read. I need to read this Mega Meepo. So he gains 50% of the other Meepo stats. He can also fling them at enemies, which I haven't really seen. Also, Earthbind is another. It gets extra nets, and Poof deals bonus damage based on the amount of Meepos riding on top. So if he poofs on himself, it's an extra...
Wait a minute. KU is being gone on by Buffles, so Sunder attempted to man to dodge the blast off. Did not work, it appears. KU actually loses a life. I think Buffles dies, so the illusion immediately will. But again, meanwhile in the Radiant Jungle, a more important than will be there on the 4 heroes! A fantastic Ravage from Kobe! Clankers is dead. The trade was for Pugna. There's a Meepo, a big Meepo. But his TP has been cancelled. Squid will lose the Mega Meepo if a few more hits come in. few more hits came in from that Shadow Poison. Now Perfin has an ulti, but he's in a lot of danger right now. Gush on Sharkosity. Sharkosity's dead. It's Troll with an ulti and a Mythril Hammer on the run in a bit of a 1v3 scenario. A good Quelling Blade break of the tree stops Pattern from chasing as well, but it's still Gush into Boundless Strike. Perfin still getting run on down. Techies has respawned into the fight. He's got Blast Off ready to go. And Perfin, as a result, will get away from the team fight. But again, that's just across the map fantastic stuff for Idmisser. Sure, you do lose the Aegis, but the more important fight in the Radiant side jungle went all dire.
Man, I missed the start of that, but the Ravage, like a 3 or 4 man Ravage, you said, into the Monkey King ring. I mean, that's just a dream right there. Pattern hasn't died yet this game. 9-0-6 on the Monkey King. Having a great one. That AoE was a little too much for the Meepo. He had to Mega Meepo to kind of survive and run away, and the fight was already lost at that point. I mean, good on Buffles, I agree, for taking the Aegis away. That was, I wish I saw that. That was, I mean, it's crazy that he took the Aegis away. But, unfortunately, his team can't win the 4v4 on the other side of the map with a core advantage.
It turns out Buffles is like half of Radiant's damage, so I'm not too shocked.
I mean, really though, you're right. Like a Static Storm and a Doom is like a lot of control, but not a ton of damage. They needed Meepo to do a ton of work, and Troll just doesn't have damage right now. He just has to survive and farm for the late game.
Meepo would be the other half of the damage. So again, it's Perfin again running away. We've mentioned his lack of fun all game, and again he's this time running away from the gank. But every time he gets ganked, even though he doesn't die, he still has to run away from the heroes. He has to farm suboptimal locations in terms of like max efficiency, so it just hurts.
So Troll, in theory, could man up against the Monkey King in his ring, like maybe, but Pattern built a halberd. So even if like that situation happens, I mean, I think Monkey King still wins the man fight now and probably for a while. Malefic is scouting Sharkosity mid. Decrep into...
Yeah, it's a rough day to be Sharkosity once again. Once again, dead on Disruptor. Just a little bit too much damage. And that Harpoon. Just hunting them on forward. So, time for one more tier 2 tower to die. Middle lane is the name of the game. And again, best case scenario, you deny that tower. And it will not get denied.
Can I draw? Can you see my drawing?
Where is... Oh! You got it! The box with the X. Fantastic form.
I've seen some crazy Harpoon interactions in the last couple days. That item is so fun, and it's such... That was a pretty long Harpoon there on the Disruptor, you know, pretty good extra catch. I've seen it work, like, after somebody blinked, they, like, still hooked to them, passed way further than they should have. Great item for Monkey King, just to keep sweeping the map like they're doing, right? They have so much catch now.
Wait a minute, Blink on in mid lane, but it's right into a Blink counter Ravage. Squid and Clankers both caught with the Ravage. In comes Pattern with the Wukong's command. Boundless Strike hits Clankers, the Harpoon hits the Mega Meepo. Both are in danger, but will either die. Good glimpse from Sharkosity brings Pattern away from the jump. Doom on Pugna of all heroes. Squid gets away. Clankers will give his life for Squid to survive. If it's only Clanker's dead, it's not too bad. Problem is, it might just be Buffles dying as well. Perhaps KU has some PTSD from the last death, but his teammates will save him from the Techies fight. It will be a Primal Spring into the Boundless Strike. Blast off hits on Pugna. Pugna will survive. That's 2 more kills for the side of Idmisser, and well, it may just be time to begin to chip the high grounds.
KU's not touching that Pugna or that Techies with a 10-foot pole. He's too afraid.
I would be too.
Oh man, he's so strong with his Butterfly Manta, and then there's the Shadow Demon Disruption Illuse on top of it. Coming out right now.
I've decided to kill the Radiant base. There is no negotiation. Radiant actually will blip. That is the negotiation power, delaying for 7 more seconds. That'll buy time for Clankers to respawn. Melees are about half HP, bouncing onto all the Meepos, into the Tide Shard stun. Clankers is back, but he's taking a ton of damage right now. Meepo's trying to fight, but Clankers gets annihilated. Now Squid has one of Meepos caught next to the Dire side team, and they'll kill him anyways. No Meepo, no Doom, no range racks, no melee racks, and 2 tips towards Colonel Squid. Again, another win for Idmisser, and Again, it's going to be hard. This game state is a bit of a disaster right now for the side of the ladies, and it's a clean retreat for KU and company.
And that objective taking siege is so scary. Terrorblade with Butterfly, the disruption illus on the meta. You have Monkey King sitting around waiting to throw his ring. You have Solar Crest on the Shadow Demon to buff him up, and then of course the Nether Ward and everything. Their draft is working exactly like they drew it up, you know.
This is the exact same run the train style. You'll wait it out, you farm it out until you're strong. It's the same thing they've done since literally season 6. The first season they were in Lads, they got top 3. They've been doing that exact same style ever since, and it's worked ever since.
Urban top has BKB, so he should be fine here. But he might have to BKB TP, which would be a waste.
He's run away from safety. He's run into the area he can't run away from. He's just going to die. I say, you know what? I don't want to lose my BKB. I'm just going to die. That's, again, it's the wrong area to juke it. He juked into the unescapable low ground. This is the area of sadness.
My favorite moment that I've seen in those low grounds, that one and the one bottom, is when you cornered whole city in there in your guys' playoff series as Tree and beat him down. That was hysterical.
Good times, good times.
KU has Scotty finished. Pattern just finished a basher.
Cheese. They're not grabbing the cheese. Oh, the KU pinged it. Somebody is paying attention. They're not going to pull a Thunder Awaken here. It's fine.
No, they're hacking. They saw you drew the circles, so they knew. 2 minutes in the past or whatever. Oh no, it's live. Oh, they knew. Yep. Okay. More evidence for them cheating.
We're just building the case, you know?
Yeah.
I know, wait a minute. Top lane. KU's just taken this tier 2 already, but I know, so we built the groups for next season last night, and one of the... Wait, Pat? Did he just one-shot Meepo?
How did that happen? Wait,
what the hell?
He used his ring.
He's dead.
Colonel Squid's gonna be able to buy one of those new Dota Plus sets that comes out soon. He's getting tipped a lot in this series.
Oh no. But again, I'm not saying that one of the admins thinks that this KU team is the best team in the league, so they're showing that, hey, they're pretty good in this weekend last term. Maybe there's some validity to that one.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how these grand finals go, there's going to be a target on their back for sure, you know? They play really well. So the ladies beat them in the playoffs last season, though. Isn't that right?
Different team, though. Different team.
A little different.
It's both teams are different at this point. 2 different players for the ladies, 1 different player for the KU side.
That is true.
Either way, though, KU's doing classical KU Dota, playing the TB, shades of like 2015 Jackie Mao, just saying, you know what, it's free. I go high ground, I play TB, I kill your base. You didn't ban it. I still don't understand how Meepo died earlier. I don't know. Ask Meepo to death.
I think it was a ring into a boundless, and then he has a basher now, so hitting.
Alright, Meepo blinks in, looking to fight here at this point, but he may have overextended. Oh, the Ravage on everything! The 5-man Ravage from Kobe, from downtown. Squidward dead, Clanker's dead, Charcosity dead, Perfin's trying to fight, going for the Pugna, but the fight won't even be finished. The GG's called. They know they've lost. And again, it'll be a 2-0 lead in this best of 5 for the side of I Miss Her. And again, they are in a rough spot for the late. He did it again! He did it again, but at this point, it is a nearly impossible hole to get out of. It is the 2-0 deficits. It's possible, but it's so hard.
I think you gotta ban this Tide. It's too annoying for him to just walk to every single one of your lanes and take the T1 towers for free. Or you need to pick something that owns him in the lane. Although, I mean, I say that, but Pattern was 18-0-6 on his mid Monkey King that game. So that looked pretty solid for him.
Problem is, what do you not ban? Because they banned Undying both games. They banned the Morphling last game. You give them Undying? Give them Morphling? I don't want to give them any of those heroes. That's the problem.
I'd rather give him Undying, maybe. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard decision for the ladies.
Either way, though,
They played
we
that first game great, but yeah,
they
a little
did.
rough that
Game
one.
2 definitely a little bit rough compared to game 1. We are going to cut to a quick break though before game number 3. Got anything to say to the people before we cut to a break, Simon?
No, not really. Good luck for game 3, everybody.
Perfect.
We'll
My name is
catch ya.
Badger. I'm joined by Simon. We'll see you in a few minutes for game number 3 of the Lads Weekend Finals. Greetings and salutations once again, Lads fans. It is the draft for game number 3 of the Lads weekend finals between Keita and the I Misser team who have won the first 2 games of the BO5, and the Buffles side of the ladies who have lost first 2 games of the BO5. My name is Badger. I'm once again joined by Simon, and actually I'm going to leave you with Simon for a few minutes for the opening for this draft.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming in. All right, let's get into it. So, I was just talking to Badger. What do the ladies ban? I think Morphling is a must ban. Like, is it worth it to ban the Tide? Because they picked Doom to answer the Tide previously, but I feel like the way that I Miss Her is playing around this Tide, and this might just be my personal PTSD from playing against it yesterday. Once he gets his Meteor Hammer on Tide, he's actually so annoying. You just can't kill him, and he just walked from bottom to mid to top and just took all your tier 1 towers. So I like the ban. Might as well, right? Make him play something different. See what else he can play. However, this is going to open up a lot of the OP ST tier heroes. I would hope they ban Morphling after, but that means something like Techies or SB is going to potentially get through. Oh, but the ladies do have first pick, so this might be the perfect time to first pick SB. I would guess they ban SB here, and then this is probably a first pick Techies for the ladies. That's my guess. So we shall see. I think what they also should do is they should plan on pattern playing that Monkey King mid. If they ban the Lone Druid, it looks like he finds basically any excuse to play the Monkey King mid. He's had pretty free matchups in both games. Oh, they take Shadow Demon instead of Techies. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Maybe they want to go Shadow Demon Terrorblade and do some illusion stuff. I know that Perfin likes Perfin is big on the illusion carries, or at least Terrorblade in particular, so that could be an option for them.
5 seconds remaining.
I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Yeah, pattern on the Monkey King. Against the Meepo, that seems decently free, and against the Nyx, that was like super free. So maybe pick a mid that doesn't get owned by Techie, or I'm sorry, that doesn't get owned by Monkey King. Maybe just pick a ranged mid that can sit there and click Monkey, make him play something different. Undying Techies. This has to be like the ideal support duo in this current patch with the current meta. Undying is still super strong. He fell out of favor a little bit, but now with like the decay buffs, or I'm sorry, nerfs, I guess. But still, he's just so strong. He just decays you and blood grenades you and can hit you. Bat Rider is the pick. Okay, a lot of. I mean, this could be a squid mid hero. So, I mean, that automatically dissuades the Monkey King. They ban the Lone Druid. My guess is that this would be mid by default for Colonel Squid. But they could probably put it on 4 for Buffles or maybe 3 for Clankers. But yeah, this support duo is quite strong. The Tombstone with the new shard that lets you save people is quite good. I think if you went into any draft and got and ahead of time, you could confirm that you would get these heroes, I think you'd be set. I think you'd be quite happy with it. So
you were right, but I was also right. You said they should ban Tide, they did, but I said they were going to get Undying, and that could be pretty bad, and I was also right. So we were both right.
Yeah. So the ladies went for the Shadow Demon pick first overall. I thought it would be Techies, but yeah, they went for Shadow Demon instead. We got Undying and Techies on the other side. Is this a Squid Bat Rider Badger? Do you think it pretty much is?
It can be, but I'm pretty sure Clankers plays it as well.
Oh, okay.
So you got
See,
some.
Sure.
I'm looking that up real fast. I'm verifying that fact. I'm like, yeah, he definitely plays Bat Rider. So you have a flex potential here between mid and off, because Squid definitely plays it, and Clankers also plays it. So you haven't locked it into either of the core roles until at least like 17 in the draft. So you have time to think it out still.
I wonder if Squid would think about Storm Spirit. I know that people like Storm Spirit against Undying because Undying basically doesn't interact in any way with Storm Spirit other than maybe decaying him one time, right? So he's like kind of food for that. I think it's good against techies. It should be
10
hard for him to
seconds
stun
remaining.
you. I'm honestly not sure on that, but it could be an option for Squid
5 seconds remaining.
depending on the 15th pick from
Certainly possible.
I Miss Her.
I mean, I definitely want to see Squid on that style of hero. I don't think it's got the classical Squid style of hero. I know Squid, having talked to Squid a good number of times over the last couple of years, he's a sort of he's your mid laner's mid laner now. He thinks he's the best player in the lobby. He thinks he can outskill his opponent. He wants to play some of these flashier heroes. And I mean, if you want to be successful in mid, you kind of have to think that way. And I think I kind of want to see him one of those heroes where it's I am mobile. I am relying on my own skill and my own reactions. I can create a lot of Dota 2 by doing. Maybe it's a hero like Storm or Ember this game that I would love to see.
I agree. That's exactly what you want from your mid laner. I'd like to see him on a hero like that. I mean, I don't know if the Meepo was bad last game, but they just lost their other two lanes too hard, and the Meepo really, you know, they built items for him. They had enough AOE, so
The only problem is
they are taking forever on this ban. By
they
the way,
are.
they're really thinking about this.
Like, I'm really scared Squid's about to get another matchup of some melee hero into Monkey King.
That's what I was saying that before you came. I said, please pick Squid a hero that can own Monkey King mid. Don't let him get Monkey King for free. In another melee v melee matchup. We'll see what they pick here for I Miss Her. Probably, I would guess based on their style, another
5
pos
seconds
3 that can kind of post up and like maybe apply some tower pressure. Maybe they take Doom. Okay, it's Beastmaster.
And similar style. I don't think it's as good as Tide for what they're trying to do, but certainly quite the building pusher. You have options in terms you could buy the Helm Overlord, you could buy the Strumble Slum, you could do a lot of different
10
things. So
seconds remaining.
you have a lot of good options for Beastmaster this game.
Yeah,
5
he's more
seconds
natural
remaining.
with his push because of his aura and his summons and his potential building of the Helm Dom. But he is much more susceptible to getting ganked because he doesn't have Kraken Shell and like a Ravage to dissuade you. So they have Disruption against the Roar, right? Roar is single target, so Disruption is potentially a good save.
Hmm?
Here's Squid on the Pango. That's got to be Squid's Pango, I would assume.
Yeah, it's almost certainly
Is
going
he
to
gonna
be
get
mid
Monkey
Pango.
Kinged though? Is he gonna get Monkey Kinged mid on
I think
the
he
18?
is. Oh no, it's gonna be 3 games in a row of him playing a melee hero with a Monkey King miss.
So I don't know how that matchup goes. I think Pango has some
5 seconds
options against
remaining.
melee heroes. I think he can skill his lucky shot and just hit, and you hope you disarm him, and that might be good. I honestly, I don't know though.
I could be
I mean,
wrong, but I'm pretty sure the way you play the lane on Pango is you just don't want to interact with Monkey. You use spells to CS, and then you just don't let him get Jingu if possible. I'm pretty sure that's how you play the lane on.
yeah, I'm no mid expert, but hopefully that was like in the forefront of their mind because surely they will just pick Monkey King for pattern again if he likes this matchup against the Pango. Now we're thinking really hard for the ladies on what to pick.
There's a famous clip from I believe this was season 7 when the KU team won their first lads, and they were talking about the draft for I think it was grand finals or winter finals. It was like, hey Teddy, I'll play some more Sand King again, and Teddy was apoplectic, no Sand King. But the rest of the team was yelling Sand King, Sand King. They've been Sand King every game in a row for the entire series.
Remaining.
And Pattern might be in that exact scenario right now, where it's like, hey Pattern, want to play Monkey King? It's not Monkey. That is not Monkey King. Apparently, they respect Pattern's opinion more than Teddy's.
There we go. That clip is very funny. I've seen that before. Someone posted that a while ago.
Uh, those
Okay,
are good
Storm
times.
Spirit.
I mean, this
Storm
is
Spirit kind of owns Shadow Demon and Lich, and I mean, if he gets lassoed, he is in trouble, I guess. And Pango will build Diffusal, so that seems decent.
step number 1. Don't get lassoed. Step number 2. Don't get sinister gazed. Other than that, you have a fun time ahead of you.
Yeah,
10
and the
seconds
Lich pickup
remaining.
is decent. It dissuades. I mean, because they're gonna pick a physical damage carry, right? So Frost Armor is going to be good to put Frost Armor on whoever gets Primal Roared. but they can roar the Pango in his role. They don't really hit anything in the role. Like I would think about. I was going to say TA, but TA might get owned by Batrider in the lane. It does look like it's Clanker's Batrider, right? Pos 3 Bat, most likely.
Yeah, almost certainly. I'm not a huge Lich player. Lich 5 into Beastmaster 3 is a good lane, right? Because you just use Frostblast on things, Rock Shield on
That's
things.
a good question. Well, so they kind of outrange you with the axes plus the techies spam, which might be annoying.
Because there's
If they
zero
pick a
doubt Lich
kill
is
lane,
good into techies. Because I mentioned, I think you were actually AFK during game 2 draft that I mentioned it, but Lich is like this ideal hero to play against techies in the lane. Because if you're a good Lich player, or just a good player in general, you can pretty reliably Sinister Gaze techies mid blast off. And if you do that, then techies just can't play Dota properly.
yeah, it is quite annoying for him. The armor is good against the slows in general are good against Beastmaster, and Lich has 2 really good slows because Beastmaster doesn't have a spell to like get him away. He just has to walk and like click his mouse as fast as possible to try and run away. So if they pick a good kill lane here, like the jug would have been good for a kill lane, and the Naga would have been good, I guess, just in the game. But like something for Perfin. I mean, he could. I mean, I don't want to say troll again, but he might be thinking about troll. What else is good in this patch? I have to go to my hero list.
I mean, ideally, you want a hero who either can survive the storm initiation or can try to avoid interacting with the storm. Period.
I was gonna say Slark, but that's banned. Like TL maybe? I'm not really sure. It is troll.
No.
I mean, troll maybe does well against. I mean, that is a hard lane for Beastmaster, I think. However, because you can play with the axes and throw the axes and throw the sticky bombs, it might be hard for the ladies. I'm hoping for a better performance this game from the troll.
This game matters a lot more for the long-term success of the ladies than this individual game. You lose this game, and your confidence in Troll is shattered for the next season.
Yeah, really though.
This is like long-term team building stuff where there's sometimes like if you have a bad enough loss, or especially a bad enough series of losses on a hero, then either the player themselves or their teammates will lose confidence in the hero sometimes.
That happened yesterday. We were saying, "Oh, we should pick a breezy shadow demon," and we had some people who thought, "Oh no, no, I have PTSD from that. Well, I don't want that hero on our team." You know, I mean, it definitely does happen. You just lose confidence in certain heroes or certain people playing certain heroes. How I mean, troll with lich armor looks pretty strong. Uh, they have some burst that could deal with him, but Troll can maybe get his Troll can pretty much get his ulti off. He also hits the tomb pretty well.
Whoa!
Safe
Whoa!
lane, Queen of Pain.
Whoa!
Hmm.
Whoa! I'm so surprised. What?
Well. So I actually have I played Battle Cup with DKMP a couple months ago, and we were against a confirmed Bat Rider off lane, and we picked Queen of Pain safe lane into it. I remember it's a really really good matchup for Queen of Pain, not only because of the blink, right? Like you should in theory, like you can't just run on top of her; she blinks away. But also, the slow on Shadow Strike is so good that like Bat Rider has to just walk at you, you know. So if you slow him and just click him, it's pretty hard for Bat Rider to play. So that's the interesting pick. It's a fun pick for sure. I think that lane, the Undying and Queen of Pain, is way stronger than the Bat Rider and the Shadow Demon. They don't kill the tomb like at all, and that Shadow Strike spam is gonna hurt. So
I will say though, is it's definitely a different style of hero for KU. It certainly relies on winning the game relatively faster compared to the last 2 games because sure, this team is going to be pretty strong at say minute 22, but I don't know if I like this team at minute 52 or even minute 42 for that matter. I think that the Radiant certainly have a very good late game lineup with. So I think if you're the side of I miss her, the burden execution of ending the series is on you. And in worst case scenario, you say, oh, it's a throwaway game. We have 2 more to play with, but sometimes you just want to get the 3-0 and get it done with. Save Batter's voice.
We'll see. I've seen. I played in a pub yesterday with Sui, right? League of Lads season 11 champion, season 12 question mark. I don't remember.
11, 11.
Uh, but he was notorious for playing Queen of Pain in the mid lane and building as just a right click hero, you know. And in that game yesterday, he had like Silver Edge and Crystal, or I mean, Silver Edge and damage items and stuff. Silver Edge, Scotty, whatever, Satanic. So there, I think there is the potential for this hero to scale decently into the late game, just because you have pretty good attack animation.
Oh, it's a fight already. They found Clankers. I don't know if he dies here, but he's certainly going to be damaged. He had to skill Flame Break, which is relatively more standard nowadays. You see a number of these level 1 Flame Breaks on bats, especially support bats, but still. If you are just joining us, welcome to the possible last game of this weekend finals, lads, best of 5 between the KU Gate, the I Miss Her on the Dire team, and the Buffles, the ladies on the Radiant team. My name's Badger. For the third game, I'm once again joined by Simon, and we're gonna be in for some fun. Oh no! Oh no!
Why do you say report bat? Oh, you just said report bat.
4K shitter. Hey, he's not alone this season. We have a number of 4K shitters this next season. Either way, though, in the river, it's Dire on the low ground grabbing the rune. It will end up being, I believe, 2 runes for both sides. Unless Clankers can get that rune over pattern, and he will! So Clankers popping off 3 runes now for the side of the ladies. We got a number of 4Ks next season, by the way, Simon. We got a number of them.
Nice.
We got Clankers. We got Math Magician. We got Guami 2Ks coming back to the league again. So we got Badger again. So we got some 2K. We got some 4Ks in the league.
Math Magician replaced me, so I'm salty.
What can you do?
So Buffles is starting boots against the Undying. Not uncommon for a ranged hero, but he's also skilled Shadow Poison.
Wait, bottom lane, first blood will go to Perfect on the Troll Warlord. And after last game, that's the star team needed. He heads to Kobe on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster will survive, but again, that is a disastrous first trade there on that first wave. Big win for the ladies, and certainly a good omen for the way this game might turn out.
Good on them. It's so fun to. I mean, I don't know if it's fun, but it's great to do that when you have a Lich lane. You just ignore the wave and go kill people.
Killing techies is very enjoyable, I assure you.
Yes, I agree. And we've got Buffles has done a wave drag against the Undying. Very well played. KU mirrors it, but I don't know if he'll be able to deny any creeps up there, actually. So this is good for the ladies' top lane.
We got one deny, but again, that's certainly fine, though. I mean, it's a lot of creeps that, sure, Kate's got some experience, but KU did not. And Queen of Pain certainly is a hero who loves to get a lot of experience early on. For the bottom lane, once again, both cores are incredibly low. Blast off hits Perfin, low Perfin, dead, but Sharkosity wants vengeance. Problem is, Sharkosity's dying! Oh no! It went from so beautiful, such a disaster in like 75 seconds.
That techie's got level 2, I think, unexpectedly. They did not expect the blast off there. And yeah, Perfin was just too low from the spam. He did not bring a stick to this lane, which maybe is a little bit of a mistake, but I don't know if a stick would have saved him. He's got one now, so.
And if there's one lesson that a DPC player, Lads finalist, Salacious Sea Lion 62 can impart upon the community, it is buy Magic Stick. Good item. Buy it in every hero, pretty much.
Yeah, quite strong, especially in those spammy lanes. Undying, right? A ton of spam, but also techies and Beastmaster with the axes. Must buy.
There's some pro games, again, you're seeing like 8 or 9 sticks at the start for a reason. This is a very good item right now.
It's fun. We're
Dive top lane, Tombstone, Blood Grenade, Dagger in, KU blinks forward, Kate that's under the tower, not that it appears to matter. Just gonna dive for Clankers as well. He has enough mana for one more dagger on KU. Clankers is actually dead here, I think. He'll attempt to kill the Tombstone. He'll fail to do so. Maybe he'll be last hit instead for the Shadow Demon. A bit of gold going Buffles his way, but the one Tombstone is not worth 2 kills.
That's that Undying timing. You get a bunch of decays up, you throw the tomb down. It's pretty hard to play against. I don't know if Clankers needed to die there, but there was a big wave, and he didn't want to miss the wave by running out of, out of range. So can't really fault him too hard for it.
I mean, this is, again, we've seen it happen, like, bottom lane, blast off again! Malefic with the blast offs. Kobe is low, Sharkosity is low. Sharkosity turns to bring down Malefic, and Kobe will die to the X's from Perfin. Again, that fight looks really good for the Dire temporarily with the blast off, but Sharkosity with the, I'm not even sure what, but he barely survives. Gets the Frost Blast off. Big turn there on that one.
Small thing here from Sharkosity, I think he probably could have suicided to the tower. It's a little inefficient to walk back. But big kills for their lane, and Perfin getting XP is really, really good. Because he had the roughest game last time. He's top of the CS at the moment, so good for them, good for their lane. How is mid going? Let's see. They're even.
Relatively even start. Actually, I almost commentator curse things by saying it's shades of the last two games. Both side lanes once again being won by KU and Kobe on the cores. But perhaps both safe lanes have to be won instead of both KU side lanes. It's positive progress.
Picked the troll. Yeah, that's why they picked the troll into the Beastmaster. The slows, right? I mean, all he can do is walk away, so the slows are quite effective against him. But I mean, it's so scary against this lane because if you're at like 60 or 70% health, you're in danger of getting 100-0'd by the blast off combo.
Well, here we go. Tombstone on the high ground. Keita's just playing some Dota 2, getting the D award with the Tombstone of all things. There's 5 stacks of poisons on Keita, 6 stacks of poisons on Keita. Buffles and Keita are in a death with 7 stacks of poison on Keita. It's still not enough damage.
I thought he was gonna kill him with 7 for sure, but he has 12 A stacks and 1,000 max HP. So nope, he's not gonna kill him. Oh, I thought he was dead for sure.
The problem is after that 5th stack of poison, the damage doesn't go up as much anymore. So sure, it adds damage, but it's not the same sort of spike as it is from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5.
You're very right. It's only plus 50 damage each. It's almost more efficient to get 5 and pop it, and then get another 5 in theory, but you can never get 10 stacks on one person.
Well, roll used by Squid. He has secured an invincibility rune for himself. He's still rolling onto the techies, ready to go if they want the fight to continue. Invincibility rune has been popped. Pattern can do 0 damage thanks to it. It's already a 3v2. Radiant have the 2 right now. Keita, DK's on 2. Pattern has the ball, but Squid still has the invincibility buff. He misses a swashbuckle! Oh no! He's got 5 wand charges. He might just be fine still, but he's being right-clicked down by Pattern. Meanwhile, it's Sharkosity getting blast-offed on by Malefic. Meanwhile, Buffles kills Pattern. Back to Malefic. He's gonna click down the techies. The Lotus kept him alive. One more Frost Blast will get the kill, but he's not in range. He's simply not in range.
Oh, he had boots. He maybe could have chased him past those trees, but you can't fault him for not going. Oh, this is even better from Sharkosity, though. He gets to go take the Wisdom Rune. Nice. And Kobe is stacking this Ancient Camp for himself. Sharkosity will get to scout that. And okay, both Wisdom Runes get to go. Okay, that was funny. Frost Armor be damned. The Ancients are too strong.
What can you do? Back over Clanker is being dove top lane. Tombstone is on the floor. Sonic Wave committed. It'll land. Down goes Clankers. Keita secures the kill. And again, it's now 7 kills to the Dire side. Might see an 8th mid lane. Pattern's balling on in. Squid will get away under his tower. Pattern's low. Squid is low. It's a bit of a death duel once again from both middle laners. Seems like Pattern wants to not die, however, so he'll disengage for now. Oh, swashbuckle forward. Maybe it's overcommitted. Blast off, not even needed. Keita again somehow secures that kill with the DK, so that's 4 kills for an Undying right now.
He is actually massive on this Undying. He's level 5 at 8 minutes with full arcane boots. He's going to be rich as hell. However,
top lane, KU has 5 stacks of the Napalm on him. Keita's on the way. Tombstone's on cooldown. Lasso on Queen of Pain. KU with 7 stacks of Napalm could not blink away in time, and now it's time to go to Keita. Flame Break used by Clankers. 3 stacks of Napalm. Ball in by Pattern. Going for Buffles. Both supports are in danger, and both might just die. Ball forward. Buffles. Now still alive! Now he's finally dead, but Clankers wants to kill on Keita. Keita's on the low ground. The Vortex on Clankers. Clankers wants this kill, and he just can't get it. Undying's just too tanky. Another win for the side of I Miss Her. And again, he couldn't get the kill! He's just short on damage. He's rolling, but it's too late. You are not going to kill Storm, I don't believe.
Go for it. Oh, nice try.
But we're not done. Meanwhile, bottom lane, a 3v1. Perfin has been forced to ulti. KU might just die again. KU, no, he survives! If Perfin got that kill.
Health.
Oh,
Oh.
that's close. I mean, certainly not a great 1-for-1, but if you get that, at least it ruins KU's game. But instead, it's this troll dying from a very, very great start. He's still number 1 net worth, but it's not the death he wanted.
Man, that's a crazy sequence of events. The kill on KU with the lasso was great. It forced the Storm to rotate, and he got some cleanup kills. So good on what's this guy's name? Pattern. Well played by Pattern. Also, I'd like to point out, look at how great the. I was just about to talk about how great I Miss Her's wards were, but Buffles got a clutch D ward. But yeah, they do a good job of rotating around early and placing wards that, like this one bottom from Malefic, and they had one in the Radiant Triangle for a while. It just gives info on who's going where, you know.
Speaking of where they're going, they're heading for Batrider. Radiance with their wards could not see it, and in 3v1 they bring down Clankers. We are back to, again, a pretty good post-laning phase situation for the side of I Miss Her. Sonic Wave will be there on to Blink forward by Q. Perhaps he's overextended a little bit. Squid wants to kill under that tower. He's rolling on forward, bouncing on back. The kill will be secured by the Lich. Chain Frost is bouncing. It will not bounce back to Techies, however. Squid TP's away. Only a death on Queen of Pain. A win there for the side of the Radiant, with Pango and Lich getting that kill on Queen of Pain. Tips him back.
Oh, the first tip back from Colonel Squid. Nice.
So this whole mess is all your fault?
Been waiting a few games for that one.
Well deserved. Yeah, so KU is going for a right-clicking build. He has added a Midas to his quick buy. We'll see if he goes through with that.
I wouldn't be all that shocked if he did. Depends, I guess, in the order. Maybe if he goes Witchblade first, like, maybe I don't want Midas afterwards. But it gives attack speed, and again, you mentioned the Sui style right-click Queen of Pain. Attack speed certainly would help with that one.
Definitely. We've got stack taking on both sides. Kobe finished up a triple or quad ancient stack over by the Dire Wisdom Rune, and Clankers and Buffles have just taken a 4 stack, I think, of a medium and a hard camp. I'm sorry, a medium camp and
the ancient camp, yeah.
The ancient camp.
The ancients are not playing fun though. They're not playing fair. They're making Clankers this day very hard right now. And it's finally
good
over.
For them. Good recovery. And Perfin is top net worth, and he has Battle Fury in 200 gold. So he's looking good. We'll see if he can carry though, because I think we probably both agree. I don't know if I believe in the troll that much.
Yeah, he played well game 1. It's an unfortunate end of the game. Game 2 was a terrible start, so he couldn't really play the game on Troll. But this game, he can play the game on Troll. Balling by Pattern, looking for Buffles. Buffles disrupts himself to buy some time. Clankers has lasso, but he's not going to the Sonic Wave. Buffles is dead. Flame Break back on Pattern. Squid rotates in, has a haste rune. It's not fucking like buyback from Buffles on the Shadow Demon. Now is the target. Chain Frost is bouncing around, but it will not get more than one bounce at all. Over to Keita. He mans up on Sharkosity. It's 2 kills now for the Dire side. Roll comes in from Colonel Squid. Tombstone's being brought down as well. Back to the Dire side tower. Perfin's on a very big dive right now, looking for a low mana Storm Spirit. Perfin is still looking to run him down, but instead Dire are focusing over to Clankers. Clankers gets blinked down and brought down. Lasso did absolutely nothing. KU perhaps might die. Perfin pops the ulti again, but he cannot kill Pattern. However, KU has died. Over to Keita, he'll lose his streak. Squid will grab it. Pattern, again, remains very, very low. One more hit will do the job. The Pattern appears to be a little bit too fast. Not that Squid still doesn't want it. Softbuckle is, it almost got the kill! It's so close, but it's a blast off on Colonel Squid. He may have extended a little bit too far, but no! It's the Techies who dies. Less than 50
Okay, so
HP on Pango, less than 10 HP on Storm. They both somehow live. Wild fight. I think Dire technically still win it, but it's a actually Radiant one on gold.
there you go. And XP as well, which is a big deal. So, I mean, so Storm only lived there because Undying is so fed, and he's finished Arcane Boots plus Medallion. He was Medallioned for that first swashbuckle that hit, and he got him down to like 100 health, and then he still lived after that second swashbuckle. So without that Medallion, I think he surely would have died. Crazy fight. The Tombstone didn't work. It was good rotations. Who bought back? Buffles bought back. So early buyback on your P4. It's not the worst thing though. I think it was a good buyback, and in all honesty, you don't want to get run over in that fight up there.
It is time for even more Ancient taking, though. Perfin is now the one taking Ancient Creeps of the Battle Fury. More important, though, bottom lane, the fight will certainly break out. Roar is available, so is the roll for Squid. The tower is injured, though not quite yet broken. And as a result, Radiant rallying around with 4 heroes will keep it alive. Knowing Radiant have 4, we'll see a sweep done by the side of I Miss Her, taking whatever farm they can off the movement.
Diffusal Blade is done for Pangolier, so Mana Burn is quite high value against the Queen of Pain and against the Storm Spirit. However, they have 3 Arcane Boots on I Miss Her, and they also have an Arcane Ring on the Beastmaster, so good itemization against the Diffusal that they knew was coming from Colonel Squid. And it also helps that the supports are both just pretty farmed, especially this Undying, who is only 1,000 behind the offlane Batrider of Clankers. He's got a full Solar Crest and 500 gold, or 400 gold.
Speaking of Clankers, we appear to be paused for the man Clankers, who is... Yeah, he's disconnected. I mean, he's very... he's just under that T1 tower. He's in what I'm going to call a moderate degree of danger, though. I think he has a way out of this fight still. There's no actual TP cancel. So if he recognizes that and TPs right away, he will be fine. Yeah, everybody's showing on the map for Radiant but Undying, who, again, also cannot cancel TPs.
Doing a quick item check. Aether Lens will be the item for Buffles Shadow Demon. We have Pavis done on Lich. Great item for the Lich. Pavis someone, throw the Frost Shield on him. A lot of physical damage mitigation. He did max Frostblast though, which is interesting. I rarely do this, but this does not seem like the worst game for it because they are all a ton of magic damage on I Miss Her. So like, who's right-clicking? Like, Storm does some right-clicks, but a lot of it is magic damage. And Queen of Pain does right-clicks, but again, a lot of magic damage. So I kind of like that he's skill belt this way. Let's see. Troll is going B Fury BKB. We're going Helm of the Overlord on Kobe. Witchblade done soon for Storm Spirit. Queen of Pain, also Witchblade going into Midas. And that's about it. It looks like more timings coming up from I Miss Her. I think they're going to be ready to go with that Helm Dom creep of Beastmaster. Maybe look to take the mid tower, which is really low.
And they are going to have to move fast. This Troll remains in the farming position. He's doing a lot of creep hitting, and again, he is going to just out-farm everyone. He's got a Beef Fury playing on Troll, so it's going to be a lot more farm than any other hero in the game, but perhaps
Yeah,
there still is a window for I Miss Her.
He's 2,000 ahead of the I Miss Her's next closest core, which is a really big deal, actually. Perfin does... I think he plays really, really well when he's ahead like this. I think he makes really good decisions. He builds good items, and he shows up to fights at the right time. You know, I think he plays really, really well when he's ahead like this. I think most carries do, right? This is when they feel comfortable. You know, they know they're like the strongest.
Of course.
His BKB fight will be big. They do have the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave and the Primal Roar to worry about for his BKB, right? So it's not a totally free fight, but it'll still be a very strong fight.
Well, bottom lane ball in by pattern. Squid shield crashed away in time, but could not get the roll off. Roar available now. Used the roll was there, but he's still dead during the roll. Just enough damage from the Queen of Pain and the Storm to bring him down during that roll. So that's a Squidward dead. That's a T1 tower dead. Certainly a win again for I Miss Her. And again, it's a similar sort of map movement to Game 1 and Game 2. You kill the core bottom, you take the T1 tower. But the big difference is the troll. There was never a super farmed. I mean, AM was decently farmed, though Game 2 troll was never farmed. This is the difference. We're making space for troll. Mid lane Buffles goes down, 2 techies. Clankers wants vengeance, but he might not get it. Keita, Kobe, KU are all here. Clankers is getting kited. He'll try to TP. It will not be successful. Meanwhile, Pattern Ball's in looking for Sharkosity, and Sharkosity will get zapped on down with a storm. 3 kills for I Miss Her. They parlay that one into a middle T1 tower. And again, just
a little bit
4 games.
of a chain feed. A little bit of chain feeding. Buffles stepped up. He disrupted the techies, and he wanted to get a D ward, which he did get the ward. But 1 observer ward turned into 3 kills and a mid tower for the enemy team. So not the best move. Clanker's also lassoed, and he had like 2 seconds on his Firefly cooldown, so just a little bit of mistimings there.
It's one of those sort of games where you give him an inch and they'll take a mile. You see, oh, will we get 1 hero dewarding? Sure, take 2 more heroes, take a tower, just take everything in the game, why not? Wait, Radiant mid T1 just died. Huh.
There you go. Malefic is super low, top. They might die.
Well, here we go again. It's, yeah, you mentioned it. He'll use the SD banishment just for good measure, just to bring him on down there. The kill will go to Shadow Demon, not the ideal person to give it to, given there were some cores in the area, but it's Dota. These things happen.
Oh, are we going Roche right away? It was seen by the Dire Watcher, so there is opportunity to connect. Storm and Undying are both smoked. We TP'd to the tier 2 on the Beastmaster, and he's throwing Hawks up there.
Look at the ward coverage, though. There's 2 Radiant Observer wards. They've got great coverage. Tombstone is there on the medium sort of high ground. It's being focused by Troll. Gaze on Pattern. He'll use all the damage to bring down the Lich, but the Tombstone is the trade. Over to Perfin. He'll look for Keita. The roll will hit. Undying will go down. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Not Perfin. It's to KU, but he's being kited around by the Queen of Pain. Mines are on the floor. Roar is there, and the Troll ball is on the way. They'll burst down the Troll, and they'll head to Colonel Squid. He's out of spells. He's going to run out of HP real soon. Vortex in. He'll get banished by Buffles. Not that it will save him. That's 3 dead, including 2 cores. We'll head to Buffles. He'll somehow TP away from this one, but it's still a lost fight. That's a 3-for-1, and what was going to be a hopeful Radiant Roshan attempt will instead be a dire Roshan success.
Great recognition from I Miss Her. That I mean, they walked right past the Dire Watcher, but even without that, I think that move could have been predicted. Great reaction from them. It's scary to be in the pit against that Tombstone. You know, they had to kill the Tombstone. Storm burned his entire mana. I mean, Storm burned like 80% of his mana to kill the Lich for free. Good fight from my Miss Her. And then Perfin, poor Perfin. He didn't even get his BKB off, but even if he did get his BKB off, he got roared and Sonic Waved. So, pretty rough for him.
That's when you know it's time to die. You get roared, you get Sonic Wave, oh, I'm just dead apparently. Cool, I'll see you next life.
What you do about that one? Unless he buys a Lincoln's, I guess. I don't know if he'll do that, though. He's going Basher for his next item, so.
There's some good pops of the Lincolns this game, though. I mean, we have Soul Rip. We've got a Dagger. Even Vortex isn't a bad pop, so there's a lot of ways to ensure he's still getting roared.
It's just hard for Troll. It seems hard for Troll. Storm can zip away. Queen of Pain can blink away. Undying is insanely farmed with a full Solar Crest, and he is like 1,000 or 1,200 away from a full pipe as well, which will negate a lot of the the Bat Rider and the Lich's damage. It's gonna be a hard one.
Well, it is Tormentor time, first Tormentor of the game. Though, it's actually a bit of a struggle. These supports are taking a lot of damage. Techies almost dies, but instead, he will not get rewarded. It will be the Undying Shard instead. We saw an Undying Shard, I think it was in a Chronicle League game or something, where the bunker actually paid off for a hero just trying to buy some time in a team fight. It actually might be a good way to dodge, say, a little bit of roll this game. Like, oh, you're being rolled on? Hop in the Tombstone, why not? So, could be potential upside there for this Undying. Obviously not the shard you wanted, but it has some upside.
Dire's top tower
It's definitely quite good. You could potentially, it would be hard because Batrider will be moving, but you could potentially put the lassoed person into the tombstone. But I think maybe the biggest one is if they're purged by a shadow demon, or if troll is on somebody and they're rooted, and you drop the tombstone next to him and put him inside. Well, maybe that's not that good actually, because troll attacks really fast. We'll see. We'll see how Keita is able to use it. Bottom Clankers is looking.
Yep, it's a storm hunting on down. Tombstone has been placed. Clankers is trying to get away. Problem is, Pattern is hasted. Haste wasn't even needed to get the kill, but it made it that much easier. It will end up being a trade of tier 2 towers, it appears, though. Dire are picking out their own top tier 2, so if they want to defend, they need to move very fast. Troll, Pangolier, they're both there. Dire at the bottom tower a little bit faster, but it seems like we'll be seeing an even an even trade of towers. You saw that, right?
That's a funny spray.
I meant from, so we saw the E-Blade bottom, just to ensure that, Kobe can get the
No,
last
I
hit in the
didn't see
tower.
that. Oh, that's funny.
Storm?
Oh wow, Storm went for E-Blade.
Yeah, he literally was like, alright, I'm going to E-Blade my Beastmaster, you're not getting the tower last hit. K, you got it anyways, but...
Oh, that's hysterical.
I'm not surprised. This team would do that. Especially in a winning game, they would do this sort of thing.
I like the E-Blade pickup against the troll. It's really good, actually. Save against the troll going on somebody. Right, so he can use it on his ally, but also if troll has used his BKB already, it's excellent kiting tool. And it builds from Kaya, so pretty great for Storm.
The concern at this point is, again, you still have this troll late game. Eventually he'll get, say, an Aghanim Scepter, and like an E-Blade won't be as bad, but despite troll being by far the most farmed hero in the map, he's still not farmed enough. He needs more money. More farm, more creeps.
Yeah, what does he need? Does he need Blink Dagger so he can blink and ulti and hope that he bashes somebody to kill him?
He needs that,
He
and he also needs Ags. Like, he definitely needs Ags. All Clankers. He gets caught again. But he definitely needs the Ags for the, both defensive purge and offensive purge this game.
I think the Ags would be quite good. I agree. You know, what I'm learning from this grand finals is that I should have just rigged the bracket because I randomized the numbers to choose like who played who, and once I saw we were playing the KU team, I should have just re-randomized and like done it again. These guys are too good. They're playing great. And I mean, have they lost a game in this weekend tournament? I'm not sure. They didn't lose a game to us, so I didn't see the second series how that went for them, but.
Either way, Radiant do get something. They do get the Tormentor. The free shard will go to Buffles on the Shadow Demon, which is certainly a very good shard to get. He had it in his quick buy anyways, so that is 1,400 gold saved for Buffles, but...
Let's do some theory crafting, Badger. How can the ladies win a team fight? Does it have to be at their high ground?
I mean, if you can just catch them split, get a numerical advantage, certainly the way to do it. Like, say you see what Squid's doing right now. He's drawing attention. When he does that, then you say, oh, this is perfect. Smoking out his 4. They want to get a 4v2 engagement in this dire jungle if they can get anybody. They'll get techies. It's
that was
something.
a great blink.
It's certainly something. Look at E-Bladed, which will delay the death. That's the sort of thing you do. You get kill like that. Ideally, you get it on a core, but if not that, you get it on support. Start dragging this game back. You do that, and you get time to farm. Problem is, look who's back in the Radiant jungle. It's the Dire Gores. Ball in by Pattern. Remove the Starcosity. He'll break the beast buff. War will be there on Troll as well. Wait, yeah, it's already Lich dead. Troll can ulti if he wants to, and he'll have to use it right now. Problem is, again, the Tombstone Shard. He's inside the Tombstone. Perfin. It's gonna die to Sonic Wave and the Undying damage. Vortex used on Batrider. Batrider dead. KU blinks away. Squid is trying his hardest to do whatever he can, but it's simply not going to work. 4 dead. It's Buffles fighting against 4 right now. And he'll die. That's a full 5-man wipe. We're going to head high ground. It's not... I don't think it's going to be game quite yet, but we're looking at racks, and we're looking at certainly some more all chat from KU.
We're on the tipping point for sure. I think one more lost team fight like that, and it's a GG. The roar onto the BKB troll, and then he turns his ulti on. Storm E-blades himself and gets put in the tombstones, a double whammy, and KU just blinks away. So he didn't get. I mean, did he do any damage in that fight? Okay, he did some. He did about the most on his team, but still, like, that's rough. Rough for them with the roar and the sonic wave.
So it's full racks down. Full racks, full racks, full racks down. I love how, like, this is one little bit of all chat from Clankers game 1. KU's had that in his mind 3 straight games.
Yeah, don't poke the bear, right? Don't poke the bear.
Apparently not. You're not supposed to poke the grizzly, and the grizzly is angry.
Roche could be up soon. Oh man, Storm went a full Revenant's Brooch. This is like just a pub stomp fun Chad build. He can E-blade and then Revenant's Brooch yourself, and you do magic damage. You get like Muerta ulti basically, so you can hit people who are ethereal. So he has the potential to.
Poor Sharkosity. He's about to die again. I don't think he lives here. Wait a minute. He's not dead yet. Wait a minute, he's actually gonna survive somehow. Lasso is there. Okay, he's finally dead. But KU's being Lasso. He's half HP. All in by pattern, looking for buffles. He'll dodge Sonic Wave with the self-disruption. Perfin wants to go in and Altheo man up onto KU. Pattern still balling on in. Balling around as the roll comes through from Colonel. Squid Undying has Paris 1-for-1 trade support so far. And it's a one fight. I have not said those words in a long time, but it's a one fight for the side of the ladies.
There's a gem on the ground. Oh no.
You Radiant knows the gem on the ground?
I don't think they do.
Becky's will die, but more importantly, we're on Gem Watch. It's on the floor, it blends in with the grass. Oh no. Oh no, yeah. They're not gonna get the gem?
Keita's pinging it, that's his gem. In that fight, the Undying Tombstone did save somebody from a lasso, and Colonel Squid's getting gone on mid.
Yeah, again, ball in, a little off the mark from pattern, but he has a little bit more mana to play with. Squid is dead, again. If we're looking at the gem, it's on the floor still. I think it's a Radiant Courier. Okay, in come the Dire Couriers to secure the gem. That would have been a nice thing to get, but what can you do? Why are there 2 Wisdom Runes? 2 Wisdom Runes for Clankers. That's a lot of experience for Batrider.
That's pretty good, actually. We'll take that. I mean, that just shows the advantage that iMisser has had. That they haven't even thought about going back there for 7 straight minutes. They've just been all up in the ladies' grill.
Last time they were there was minute 20 for the Tormentor. They did not stay for minute 21 Wisdom Rune. They've been playing so far up in the map. It's like, we're good. We can take their camps, not our camps. We can get their Wisdom Rune, not our Wisdom Rune.
Keita is playing great, getting wards up for the Roche fight. If there is even a fight, just getting wards up to protect Roche. Should be, I mean, it's spawning in a couple seconds here. It should be pretty much a free Roche for Team iMisser. How can the ladies defend their high ground?
Okay,
they have to kill somebody in a lasso. They have to kill somebody in a lasso, I think. But it's hard. It's so hard to kill someone in a lasso because you might get roared. Queen of Pain and Storm can blink and zip on you if you do lasso somebody. Clankers does not have a BKB to protect himself with.
That's probably the ways. You need to either catch Storm or Queen of Pain overextending, and then you lasso them even deeper into like the danger zone. Maybe it's tier 4 towers. Maybe it's even the fountain somehow. If you had some force staffs, it'd be a little bit easier to do, but there are no force staffs right now on this Radiant side. Ideally, you'd either have a support or Clankers, if not both have them, but instead of having three force staffs, they've got 0 force staffs. Well, it'll be Roshan, head the way of iMisser, getting a nice little pillow to work with to help secure their 3-0 win. They are currently in the driver's seat of the 3rd and final game if they win this game. Though it's certainly not a 1 game yet. Nope, ball in by pattern. Good glimmer from Buffles, staying alive, will banish and run away. But again, it's certainly a winning position, but it's not a 1 game. There's still room to throw. I would say it's going to require a bit of throwing on Dire to throw the game away, but the throws happen all the time. I mean, there have been a lot of throws in Lad's history, recently and in the past. Both these teams have seen throws. This Dire team, they've been around a long time. They've thrown games. Obviously, Clanker's been around a long time. He's thrown some games. Roll comes through from Squid, looking for Malefic. Techies is in a bit of danger right now, though. At this point, he's TP way to get away from the Beastmaster, and thanks to the roll stun, he could not roar the Pangolier. Now Perfin is a little bit isolated. He's running towards his subs. A bit of 3v3 breaking up, ball in by Pattern of the Radiant Tri-Camp, looking for Lich. Glimmer came out. The Lich is still going to die, but more importantly, the cores got away. Perfin. Actually, never mind, over to Squid. The Lincolns is popped by the Halberd. Into the roar, into the ball in, into the death on Colonel Squid. Bad news for Radiant fans. Guess who doesn't have a buyback? It's Colonel Squid.
Man, he had the perfect items to make that play. Blink, Halberd to pop the Lincolns, roar to stun the Pango, and then the Techie's stun to follow up as well as the Storm. And Perfin is mode split. He is just shoving waves bottom. He went Nullifier to counter the E-Blades, which I guess isn't the worst item, but it just seems so hard for him to kill anybody, to fight anybody. Storm is low, and there is a regen rune bottom, so I think this push is maybe going to continue even if Squid respawns. Or even when he respawns, because he will respawn eventually.
Yeah. There is our good friend Frost Shield, an ability that you know pretty well, of course, keeping the melees alive. Blink, roar, it's once again off cooldown, Tower Demon caught, Lasso is there, but it's onto a creep! Ebola Sakshka!
Oh, no.
What can you do? And now Pattern will Vortex Lich. Perfin is deep into dire lines, BK being trying to ulti, trying to fight, but Pattern still has 2 lives. Sharkosity to fall. Perfin heads to Techies. Pattern returns to the game. He's being chain stunned under the tier 4 towers. Can they kill him? Yes, they can! Sonic Wave on top will hit on 2 to bring down the Troll Warlord. But at this point, with no Storm, it's a blink forward by Clankers. It's a blink in by KU to counter the blink in by Clankers. Clankers is still looking to go with KU, but KU's right-clicking for a lot of damage. Lasso is there out the KU. KU's 1/3 HP. They're hitting him, but he blinks away again! They just can't kill KU. It's just not enough damage. Clanker's dead. He'll put a my bad in the chat. E-Blade on to Colonel Squid. He'll kill Kobe anyways. And now it's Malefic on Techies. Looking to go for a blast off. He'll blast off on the retreat instead. It's certainly a loss for the ladies, but not a loss that is game ending. They keep the game going. They maintain their middle racks, even though they are a little bit worse for wear, and the game will continue on.
That was very well played by Kobe to have his boar right next to him to tank the lasso for him. Even so, though, I mean, that's a pretty good hold. The chain stun onto the Storm after his Aegis popped was perfect. It was a roll, I think he hit him twice with the roll and then blinked for the 3rd roll hit. I honestly didn't think they could kill him under the T4s like that. So, very well played by the ladies, pulling it back a bit.
Okay, I definitely mentioned how I want this iMisser team to play, relatively up-tempo, end the game before, say, like, minute 50, even minute 40. Perhaps it's time to once again go the DD rune on KU. A long ball in by Pattern. Vortex on top. And again, Sonic Wave will be there, but there's no kills yet for the Dire side. And Pattern's out of mana entirely. He's overextended. Wait a minute. Is that another death on Pattern? That's his, again, 2 of his 3 deaths of the game have just occurred. Squidward's hunting down Keita. He's inhibited by the Diffusal Blade slow. Perfin will blink on in, nullifying Keita, nullifying his life. Double kill for Troll Warlord. And again, a lot of our lead was just thrown away.
We're a little bit back. We're a little bit back for the ladies. They defended the Aegis. They still have their mid Raxes both intact, which is a pretty big deal, actually. And Clankers is getting gone on top. Is he in danger? He can always TP, so I think he's okay. Yeah, I mean, that was just a feed by Pattern. He just went too deep. Thought he was way stronger than he is. He doesn't have a BKB, so, I mean, the Troll Root and the Bat Lasso go through the BKB, but, like, the Lich Gaze and the Disruption, and then, like, Pango also has a Basher now, which is pretty big, so it's a little scary for Storm to zip in if his team's not with him.
Perhaps it's one of those things where it's just Pattern bros, we got too cocky. There's still plenty of time to win the game, but it's never going to be as easy as it was 5 minutes ago. Perhaps we might have to wait for that third Roshan, and again, the more you wait, the more time that Perfin's farming. The more time for potentially another lost fight. Or again, it's still a winning position for iMisser, but one more lost fight, and it's down to an even game at that point.
It definitely feels like we're going for third Roche. Malefic has set up a ton of mines bottom. However, the Roche will spawn top. Well, actually, that's not necessarily true. It's going to be bottom and maybe top. Like 41 minutes is like the maximum it could spawn, I think.
It's about a 50% chance of spawning either way, depending on how long the spawn ends up being. And again, we're just waiting. It's at least a minute and a half, up to 4.5 minutes. So there's, again, room on both sides of the spawning on the map equation there. Tormento is once again taken by the side of Keita. That'll be a shard for the Beast Master, which again is a very good shard. Traditionally a shard that a lot of Beastmasters used to buy, but in this case he will simply get it for free.
It's excellent. A chain stun. More ways to kite the troll as well. KU has finished a nullifier. This was a little bit ago. So that nullifies the Shadow Demon's Glimmer, but it also nullifies the Lich armor, which is probably the biggest one, and the Pavise and his Glimmer as well. So the people they jump are in danger of dying. They have to disrupt them, basically.
We're seeing a relatively tight 5-man unit ready for a fight for the side of iMisser. On the flip side, the ladies play 4 in their base, Squidward farming elsewhere, pushing out the top lane. And again, we're seeing this sort of 5-man unit begin to break up as they're hunting for Colonel Squid. If Squid gets away, it's really good for the ladies, but if he dies, he's in danger. Do Dire see him? Dire do not see him. They know he's up here somewhere. They scan, but oh, they're just off the mark. They barely missed him on the scan timing. He's just hiding in the trees. Right, that's a game into situation. I think if he was like a half second faster on that juke, he would have been caught at the edge of the scan. But instead, they still want to go for him. They won't find him. Instead, in the Radiant side track, the fight will break out. Blink Lasso there onto Undying. Undying will certainly die. That's a gem on the floor. Radiant once again do not see it. Meanwhile, Squid in pattern, a 1v1. Squid is on the wrong side of the 1v1. In comes Kobe to secure the kill. So it is a 1-for-1. The gem has now been grabbed by Sharkosity, but in comes Steckies. Dive Bomb stuns the Lich. Blast off, Pump Fake now used on Buffles. Buffles will be gone onto the storm. Ball on in. Perfin will blink in. BK being popping the ulti, but he's roared by Kobe. Wasting a lot of ulti duration. Now he's knocked back by the Sonic Wave. Perfin has lost his ultimate. Squid has brought back to roll, but the good blink away by Kobe the Beastmaster. Over to Malefic. He'll get nullified and brought down, but over to Squid. He's looking for more. Stunning KU, but now he's being kited by the slows of Kobe and KU, and with the slows, the cores retreat. It's currently a 4v3, and recognizing they are the 3, they'll back off and disengage. But importantly,
and they've got wave issues on the ladies, sorry.
Got that buyback out of Pangolier. That's what matters here.
The Pango buyback is a huge get. They really don't have that much trouble killing him. He has the Lincolns, which makes it tricky. Mid-range racks went down for the ladies as they're taking Roche, which is probably pretty good for their fight. However, I think they are going to turn the heat up on them and maybe pressure this mid-racks with Pattern as Clankers is...
They are in the base right now. Clankers is not quite dead. Pattern will ball away. Over the Roshan pit, Roshan has moved. He's now bottom lane. This time he did not double back and ruin the day of anybody, but...
Wait, is he really bottom? Oh,
unless wait, he went back top again. So he was top. He went to the gate, and he went back again. This Roshan guy, he's indecisive. Game is in beta. And Radiant scan like, hey guys, Roshan's bottom. Oh wait, he's just not.
Three strikes and you're out. That's the third obvious cheat that KU's team has used this game. That's unlucky for the ladies. I can't believe they didn't finish Roche there. Did they all TP back to try and defend their base and give up the Roche? I mean, because they had Troll hitting it. I wasn't paying enough attention to what was happening top. I was watching Clankers get gone on mid, so...
they had the TP, I think, 2 back, and at that point you only had 2 in the pit, and you had a bunch of heroes missing, so I think they were scared. Yeah, he's nullified. Sonic Wave is available. KU does not want to use it. He will not, but Lasso comes through from Clankers. He's now purged by Buffles. Problem is, meanwhile in the river, it's Troll going on in against Pattern, Keita, and Malefic. The Troll is dead. Back over to the Radiant Jungle. Clankers has a Sonic Wave. So across the map, it's 4 dead. Absolute disaster. You lose Squid and Perfin in the river. You lose Sharkosity, and you lose Clankers in the Radiant Jungle. That's a 4-for-0 across the map. And again, we noted earlier, Pangolier does not have buyback now. He already used it. 3 buybacks come out, but again, Dire are still stronger. They have 5, and the Aegis, and the Cheese. They're ready to grab more buildings.
Pattern is fully unlocked. I think they can go for the throne here. We'll see what the call is.
There is no tier 2 dead top lane, so they can only go for tier 4s. Or they can double back the slow way for the tier 2, and they'll play the tier 2 instead.
It's safer, it makes sense. I thought they might just go with Pattern because he has Aegis, and maybe just try and kill one of these supports who does not have buyback. The Shadow Demon does not have it. He's missing gold, but they know that Lich doesn't have it. Lich, Bat, and Troll all just bought back. So any one of those kills is basically GG if they get it quick enough before Pango is able to respawn.
Pangolier in 40 seconds. I'm not sure these racks have 40 seconds. Ball in by Pattern. He's Abyssal Bladed by Perfin, but he still has 2 lives to play with. 1 life will be lost. KU blinks in, but they want to get 1 more kill. They have Lasso for Pattern. They get him, but he's roared. So everyone's in place right now. Ulti from Perfin. Pattern balls away. The bash on Malefic. The Techies falls. Kobe gets rooted up as well, but he's hexed by the Beastmaster. And now KU is Sonic up on the 3 heroes. The ball in, vortex onto only Lich. Sharkosity will die. That is a dieback. Techies will use his buyback. They move the Clankers. Clankers dies. That's a dieback as well. So it will be Colonel Squid respawning to defend in a 3v5. But the racks will be deceased. That already is Megas for I Miss Her. Roll comes through from Squidward, looking for Kobe. He'll find the Beastmaster. Beastmaster's half HP. The Halberd is there. Hex as well onto Perfin. Kobe has fallen, but it may be a trade. Vortex on the Troll Warlord. Squid's once again rolling. Perfin's dropping. No BKB, no ulti. He'll whistle, but again, Buffles is trying to keep him alive. He'll blink away. The good disrupting the blink play coming out. They're still hunting him. Perfin will get all the way to the fountain. They kept them alive. Squid's still defending. It's thrown under attack very soon. 1 tier 4 dead. Gain to sound defend 3v5 for nearly a minute until Lich is back for a 4v5. The other tier 4 is falling. This could be it. This could be the win. They all just need to kill this 1 throne in 34 seconds. They're heading on in now. Squid has Swashbuckle, Tombstone on the floor, Disarm on Troll. They're hitting Throne on Storm and Quap. It's already lost 1/4 HP. Hex on Squid. They're still focusing Throne. It's Shades of Game 1 all over again. Hex on Troll. Troll to fall. That is a dieback. Squid to fall. That's a dieback. That's a full 5-man wipe. That's a GG. That's a 3-0 sweep for I Miss Her, demolishing the ladies in the last Weekend Cup final.
GG. Well played and congrats to KU's team. I Miss Her. They all played really great. I think that, I mean, they definitely showed them. I don't know if they lost a game this whole weekend tournament. So definitely showing themselves as, I mean, they've got to be favorites going into the next season. I haven't seen the rosters yet, right? But I mean, they've definitely got to be one of the top teams. They play really well. They have a definite style. They play really well together. So GG. Well played to them. The ladies had a chance in the first game. What I Miss Her does really well, and what they did well this tournament, I think, at least in the series they played against us and in this series, is that they identify what went wrong in the first game, and they like make adjustments really well, you know, because the first game was pretty close, and then they like banned Spirit Breaker and like made some adjustments, and the other 2 games, unfortunately for the ladies, weren't that close. So there were chances in this game, but still fell up a little short.
Man, this is definitely, again, a very good showing for a core of players who have already won Lads twice, and you mentioned it, perhaps they're favorites to win it a 3rd time in this upcoming season, but there will be roster reveals and group reveals very soon, and when that happens, ooh, we're going to be in for some fun. It's going to be a fun next season of the Lads. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited for it.
I am excited for it. I won't be playing, but I will be trying to cast as many games as I can. It's always fun to do. So, yeah, we'll play Time Mister.
Either way,
We'll play Gen Ladies as well.
I have a video to edit, and Simon has a 350 word essay to write. You got any final words? Call out, shall say the people of Legal Ads and twitch.tv/Badger Pablo.
Thank you, everyone, for participating in the weekend tournament. Congrats to the 2 finalists. Well played by KU's team, I miss her. Yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks for casting, Badger. You always crush it, so thanks for having me.
And yeah, we'll just go through all the good stuff. Thanks, Simon, for coming on for the grand finals cast, and of course for organizing our fun preseason weekend cup. Congratulations to Keita, Kobe, Pattern, KU, Baidock on their 3-0 sweep of the grand finals. Good luck to all the teams in the next LANs season. Thanks to all the teams who played in the weekend cup. We will have rosters and groups revealed, if not today, then tomorrow. I'm making a video right now, hoping to get it done by tonight. I have to see what I'm going to be doing after this stream ends is back to the good old DaVinci Resolve, but I digress. Going to cast your games, cast your tournaments. If you're a pro TO, especially looking for one of the best tournament admins in the business, or a commentator as well, hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or over on Discord, Badger Pablo on Discord. So yeah. As always to the viewers, thank you for coming on down, and as always, have a great night.